Chapter 2072. Rock City's Lord's Mansion. Xia Ping followed the Black Lion Demon into the City Lord's mansion. At this moment, the injuries on the Black Lion Demon's body were almost fully healed. That was because his regenerative powers were simply too strong. Coupled with the fact that he had consumed some healing pills, he recovered very quickly. The Lord's mansion was also extremely majestic, covering an area of 1,000,000 acres. The buildings were all made of rocks, and each piece weighed several tons. The architectural style was primitive and rough, giving off a majestic feeling. It had to be said that although this was the hell world, the demons were also intelligent beings. They had their own unique understanding of architecture, giving off a different sense of beauty. As soon as he entered the Lord's mansion, Xia Ping immediately sensed an ocean-like pressure in the air. It enveloped the entire Lord's mansion, filling every inch of the air. The pressure was simply unfathomable and undefeatable, as if it was filled with an immortal aura. He felt that this aura was simply terrifying. Even the demon saint of curses he had encountered previously could not compare to this aura. It seemed like it could destroy countless planets and break through the ages in an instant. "Bard, what are you doing in the Lord's mansion?" At this moment, a voice came from the air. It was as dignified as hell, permeating every inch of space. The Black Lion Demon's name was Bard. Hearing this, the Black Lion Demon Bard immediately said respectfully, "Sir Overlord, when I went out earlier, I saw a burning demon expert at the city gate. He was extremely powerful, almost on par with me. He wished to join Sir Overlord, so I brought him into the Overlord's mansion and introduced him to Sir Overlord." He was very thick-skinned, describing the battle as evenly matched. "Oh, he's actually on par with Bard. Seems like this burning demon is quite powerful. Come in." The Rock Lord's voice was heard again. "Yes, Lord." The Black Lion Demon Bard immediately led Xia Ping into the main hall of the Lord's mansion. There was a huge throne at the front of the hall, and a huge rock giant sat on it. Its entire body was made of black rocks, and it was filled with great power. The depths of its eyes were black, like dark vortexes that could devour all souls. Its body also contained unparalleled power, as if it was a titan that walked out of the myths. With its body as the center, the vitality within a radius of thousands of kilometers surged towards its body. It was as if it was the absolute overlord of this world, ruling over everything. One could imagine that if it punched, the entire space would probably be shattered. "This is the Rock Lord?" Xia Ping squinted. He sensed the Rock Lord's aura and heaved a sigh of relief. The Rock Overlord was indeed powerful, far surpassing the killing curse demon saint. Its power was simply boundless, and it was as if every rock on its body was condensed with profound hell runes, making it unfathomable. However, it was also at the immortal rank. Even though it surpassed the killing curse demon sage, it didn't surpass it by much. It didn't reach the realm of an ancient sage. If the Rock Overlord reached the ancient sage stage, he would probably be the true overlord of the fiery hell instead of the 9 overlords fighting each other. If I can kill an immortal rank demon, won't I be able to obtain a vast amount of soul energy? Xia Ping's heart stirred. Perhaps he didn't need to kill tens of millions of Thunder Tribulation realm fiendish demons. If he directly killed a few immortal fiendish demons, he could obtain even more soul energy. Demons will not be. Demon, Lord will. Not only were they powerful and almost immortal, but they also had many subordinates around them, making it very difficult to approach them. However, this was indeed an idea, a plan. "This is the burning demon you recommended?" The Rock Overlord looked down from above, staring at Xia Ping. Its gaze fell down, penetrating through the void. Boom! Instantly, Xia Ping felt as though his entire body was being seen through. This gaze could see through every single cell in his body, probing his blood vessels and meridians. However, he was not worried that his identity would be seen through. The ability of the non-phase mask could simulate everything. Even a sage would not be able to see through his essence. Crackle, the Rock Overlord nodded. "Not bad indeed. Its body contains extremely powerful fire energy. It has already reached the peak of tribulation lightning. It can indeed be compared to you, Bard. I didn't think I would have such an expert joining me, the rock overlord. Congratulations. It was very satisfied with Xia Ping's strength. To it, the stronger its subordinates were, the better. Speaking up to this point, it thought carefully. Although its strength is comparable to a commander-rank demon, it has just joined Rock City and has not made any contributions. If it hastily takes a high position, it will definitely cause dissatisfaction among the other demons. How about this? You will be the commander of the Vanguard Battalion. If you can make contributions in the war, I will immediately promote you to the 10th commander. Vanguard Battalion. Black Lion Devil Bard was shocked. He looked at Xia Ping pitifully. This army was equivalent to a cannon fodder army. They were the first to go into battle and the last to bring up the rear. The casualty rate was more than 80%. No commander wanted to be the commander of the Vanguard Battalion. Every time, the commander would die the fastest. Becoming the commander of the Vanguard Battalion would be considered as having half a foot in the river of Styx. Moreover, every member of the Vanguard Battalion was a fiendish demon who did not fear death. It was extremely difficult to tame these fiendish demons. They often did not listen to orders. If one offended them too much, these fiendish demons would even secretly attack them. In the past, the commander of the Vanguard Battalion had been tricked to death by his own subordinates. He had died without a complete corpse. It seemed that the Lord was still a little suspicious of this fiendish demon who had suddenly joined. He wanted to send this fiendish demon into the Vanguard Battalion to test whether it was sincere or harboring malicious intentions. It felt that it had already guessed the Rock Lord's intentions. However, as a loyal subordinate, it naturally would not foolishly say these things. No problem. As long as I can fight with the enemy, I don't care where I go. Xia Ping scratched his head and said honestly. To him, this was exactly what he wanted. If he wanted to obtain a large amount of soul energy, how could he not enter the battlefield? Becoming the Vanguard Battalion was an extremely good job. And that's good. You can leave now. Hearing this, the Rock Lord was very satisfied. It seemed that this burning demon could still be used. If he could pass the Vanguard Battalion's test, he might be able to be put in an important position in the future. It waved its hand and ordered them to leave. Yes, Lord. Chapter 2073. After leaving the Lord residence, the Black Lion Demon Bard said to Xia Ping, "Brother, I'll bring you here. Later, a soldier will personally bring you to take over the charge camp. The demons in the charge camp are a little unruly, so you have to be careful." He thought for a moment and decided to warn the burning demon first so that he could build some good karma with him in the future. It's fine. I know that. If they don't like it, I'll just beat them up. I used to win people over by virtue in the mountains. Xia Ping smiled honestly, indicating that he was used to such things. Win people over by virtue. The corner of the Black Lion Demon Bard's mouth twitched. He recalled how he was almost killed by the burning demon. Although this bastard looked honest, he was more ruthless than anyone else when he attacked. Perhaps he should be worried about the other demons in the charge camp. However, he did not say much. He ordered a demon soldier to bring Xia Ping to the charge camp. Under the guidance of the demon soldier, Xia Ping advanced. He turned left and right in Rock City and finally arrived at the northeast corner of Rock City. There were army camps built there. As he approached the army camps, Xia Ping immediately sensed that there were countless demons and ghosts in the camps. There was a huge number of them, and every one of them was an expert. The entire camp was filled with a terrifying demonic aura. The demonic aura was dense, and there were restrictive array formations between the army camps. It was an inescapable net with layers of restrictions. If any enemy dared to barge into the camp, they would be blasted to death immediately. In the army camps, a large number of demon soldiers were training in unison and shouting at the same time. Their voices gathered into an earth-shattering killing intent that formed a torrent that could destroy everything. Any divine will that dared to try to enter the army camps would be destroyed immediately and suffer a terrifying backlash. These demon soldiers are well trained? Xia Ping narrowed his eyes. He felt that he might have underestimated these demons from hell. The demon soldiers he saw in the Qingyang mystery realm were like a swarm of bees. They had no discipline and were extremely loose. However, looking at it now, the demon soldiers heading to the Qingyang Mystery Realm were probably just trash and cannon fodder. They could not be considered the elites of fiery hell. The true elites of the Infernal Realm were still fighting against the other lords of the Infernal Realm. Before long, the fiendish demon soldier brought Xia Ping to the deepest part of the camp. It was the largest and most chaotic place in the camp. The fiendish demons in this barracks were not as well trained as the other barracks. All of them were lying on the ground, basking in the sun, or chatting at the side. However, the fiendish demons in this camp should not be underestimated. The demonic aura, killing intent, and baleful aura emanating from their bodies were more than 10 times stronger than those in the other camps. There was a trace of cruelty and madness in the depths of their pupils. Without a doubt, the fiendish demons in this military camp would be considered scoundrels, scum, scoundrels, hooligans, and robbers even in hell. The magical beast soldier leading the way seemed to be a little nervous and fearful when he entered the campsite. He looked around and was extremely vigilant. Even his calves were trembling a little. However, for the sake of the mission, he had to lead the way. What are the brats from the other camps doing in our vanguard battalion? Could it be that they want to fill the gaps between our teeth? A fiendish demon with shark teeth snickered. His teeth were extremely sharp and seemed to be able to cut through anything. They glowed with a cold light as he looked at the magical beast soldier covetously. Seeing this, the magical beast soldier immediately shouted, "By the orders of the Lord, the burning demon warrior is invincible and has become the new commander of Rock City's vanguard battalion." As soon as he said this, he was so scared that he peed his pants. He hurriedly ran away, not daring to stay in this ghostly place for even half a second. What? Commander of vanguard battalion? There's actually a fiendish demon that dares to be a commander in our camp? Which fiendish demon is so daring? Isn't it afraid of death? Who doesn't know that the death rate of the commander of our vanguard battalion is 100%? Ever since we were established, none of them have had a good ending. Kiki, interesting. I want to see what kind of superhuman abilities this burning demon has. I think he didn't come willingly. He was tricked by another fiendish demon. Even if he was tricked, he wouldn't have become the commander of our vanguard battalion without some ability. From the looks of it, this burning demon doesn't seem like much. Many of the vanguard battalion soldiers were discussing among themselves. The news of a new commander quickly spread throughout the entire camp, causing all the fiendish demons to become excited. Some of them had offended other nobles and were demoted to this place. Some of them were troublemakers from other camps. They were unruly, so they were thrown into the vanguard battalion to die. Or they had broken the laws of Rock City and were sentenced to death, so they were sent to the vanguard battalion to make up for their mistakes. In short, none of them were good. They were all extremely vicious. One by one, the fiendish demons stood up and looked at Xia Ping, who was standing alone in the same spot with interest. It was like a pack of hungry wolves looking at a helpless little sheep. "Commander!" At this moment, a crimson snake demon walked out from the tall camp. It was 5 meters tall, with triangular eyes and vertical pupils. It had many compound eyes, and there seemed to be a strange and powerful energy in the depths of its eyes. Even the fiendish demons didn't dare to look at it directly. "I am Vice Commander Kaiga. It's an honor to meet you." The crimson snake demon cackled. Behind it were 5 or 6 powerful fiendish demons who had walked out from the camp. Clearly, they had all reached the peak of the lightning tribulation realm. All of them were unruly and looked at Xia Ping mockingly. When the other fiendish demons saw these fiendish demons, they all retreated, their eyes filled with respect. Clearly, even among the many fiendish demons, these fiendish demons were leaders. "It's an honor to meet me? Then how much of an honor is it?" Xia Ping scratched his head and grinned. "What?" The crimson snake demon was speechless. The words it wanted to say were swallowed back by Xia Ping's words. Didn't this guy know what it meant to be polite? He was not giving it a way out. "Commander, you're very arrogant. You've just entered the vanguard battalion and you still dare to speak to us with such an attitude." The crimson snake demon's expression turned cold as it glared at Xia Ping. "I'm the commander, the boss. Aren't I the most arrogant fiendish demon here? If I don't speak with such an attitude, what kind of attitude do I have? Isn't it natural to be arrogant? Xia Ping blinked his eyes. Interesting. Commander, you're really interesting. This is the first time I've seen such an arrogant and fearless battalion commander. A snow tiger demon next to him laughed, but its expression soon turned cold. But the more arrogant a fiendish demon is, the faster they die. I'm afraid the previous commander doesn't even know how he died. Before it finished speaking, Xia Ping's figure flashed and appeared beside the snow tiger demon. He gave it a light slap. Boom. The snow tiger demon didn't know what had happened. Its whole body was like a cannonball as it was slapped hard on the ground, instantly creating a huge pit. Chapter 2074. It wasn't just the snow tiger fiendish demon. Even the villainous fiendish demons at the side were stunned because they knew how strong the snow tiger fiendish demon was. Although it wasn't as strong as those commander-level fiendish demons, it wasn't too far off. But now, a single palm had slapped the snow tiger demon to the ground and left it half dead. This strength was simply terrifying. Xia Ping stepped on the snow tiger demon's head, immobilizing it. Little tiger, did no one teach you any rules? When the battalion commander is speaking, subordinates shouldn't interrupt. The snow tiger demon was so angry that it almost spat out a mouthful of blood. Having its head stepped on and trampled on in front of everyone was a great humiliation. But when it felt the terrifying power above its head, it was so frightened that it didn't dare to move. It felt like its head would be crushed if it moved even the slightest bit. Although it looked incomparably brave, it wasn't stupid. It knew what it meant to weigh the pros and cons. Battalion commander, let's retreat. This is the assault camp, not a place where you can behave atrociously. At this moment, the scarlet snake demon made its move. It grabbed with its 5 fingers, and the endless demonic aura in the depths of the void quickly condensed, turning into many scarlet vipers. And within the tens of thousands of scarlet vipers, snake-shaped runes gathered, emitting a powerful talisman aura. It seemed to have absorbed the power of demons from the depths of hell. Whoosh, these scarlet vipers whizzed over, forming 1,000 snakes' 10,000 poisons array that enveloped the void. All the demons were shocked when they saw this. This 1,000 snakes' 10,000 poisons array was the scarlet snake demon's specialty, passed down from the hellish world of the primordial era. It was rumored to be an unparalleled killing technique created by a snake demon overlord. Each snake-shaped talisman contained the souls of countless powerful demons, condensed into viper essence. In order to master this killing technique, every time the scarlet snake demon killed a powerful demon, it would extract their souls and refine them into the snake-shaped talisman. It could be said that the scarlet snake demon, who had cultivated for countless years, had killed countless powerful demons in its lifetime. It was uncountable, enough to stack up into a mountain. Therefore, one could imagine how terrifying the scarlet snake demon's ultimate killing technique was. It was as if it had gathered the power of countless enemies that had died in its hands over the years. Rumble, in an instant, the 1,000 snakes and 10,000 poisons array came crashing down from midair. Venomous snakes pressed down from the sky, hissing and spitting out their scarlet tongues, emitting boundless killing intent. Furthermore, every single one of the venomous snakes possessed extremely potent venom and ferocious power. Once bitten, even demons with strong vitality would not be able to withstand it. They would be poisoned to death on the spot, and even their souls would be corroded. If Xia Ping couldn't catch it, he would die immediately. Who? Xia Ping stood where he was, not moving at all. He merely exhaled. Suddenly, heaven and earth trembled. It was as if a primordial heavenly dragon had let out a roar, tearing the heavens and earth apart. It blew out a terrifying spatial tempest, creating an innate astral wind. At the same time, a series of dragon roars rang out in the sky, containing a ferocious aura. Every second, 1 billion tremors would occur, and it was as if space itself was being shattered. Bang, bang, bang. The venomous snakes that were attacking from afar were instantly shattered. That 1,000 snakes and 10,000 poisons array also collapsed. The entire array's power was broken cleanly, and all the ferocious aura dissipated. Impossible, I don't believe it. A single breath was enough to break the 1,000 snakes and 10,000 poisons array that I've painstakingly cultivated for countless years. How is this possible? How could such a ridiculous thing happen? The Scarlet Snake Demon was simply going crazy. Xia Ping's breath was enough to break the ultimate killing art that it was so proud of, the killing art that it had cultivated for countless years. Its entire heart was crumbling. Originally, it thought that with this killing art, it would be able to stand at the top even among the many commander ranks. If it was lucky, it could even become a powerful demon on the level of an immortal rank lord. However, the killing art that it had painstakingly cultivated for so many years was actually shattered by a single breath from a burning demon. This was practically destroying its many years of hard work in an instant. If such a killing art was so weak, then what the hell was the point of cultivating it? There was no effect at all. So, Xia Ping didn't care about the Scarlet Snake Demon's shock and anger. He slammed his palm down from the sky, making it unavoidable. With a slap, the Scarlet Snake Demon didn't even know what was happening when its entire body was slammed onto the ground. Its internal organs were severely injured from the impact. At the same time, Xia Ping's large hand gently grabbed the Scarlet Snake Demon and placed it under his feet. He placed it beside the Snow Tiger Demon and sealed all the demon power in its body. Kaiga! Stop, let go of Lord Kaiga immediately. Let go of your stinky feet. Go to hell. In an instant, a few angry roars were heard. The 5 or 6 powerful demons that were originally standing at the back all took action. They sensed that the Scarlet Snake Demon was in danger and immediately attacked from all directions. It could be said that these 6 demons had all reached the Thunder Tribulation Realm late stage. Although they were still a distance away from the Black Lion Demon, their strength was still relatively terrifying. These experts attacked at the same time, sealing off all paths of retreat. Moreover, their coordination was flawless, as if they had formed a peerless array that gathered endless power. Even if the Black Lion Demon stayed in this place, he would be killed in an instant. The other demons of the assault camp shook their heads when they saw this. It seemed that this camp commander was the fastest to die in history. He was killed by other demons right after taking office. However, they didn't feel any pity, because the assault camp was a death camp. Without strength, even if they offended their superiors and were killed by other demons, the overlord wouldn't blame them. Bang bang bang. The 6 demons had ferocious and proud expressions because they realized that the burning demon in front of them was actually standing there foolishly, not even trying to dodge. Their powers bombarded Xia Ping at the same time. However, Xia Ping still didn't move and stood there. The power of the 6 demons seemed to have sunk into a swamp. It was as if the clouds were floating in the wind. This power had no effect on Xia Ping. Are you guys tickling me, or did you guys not eat today? Xia Ping blinked and looked at the 6 demons curiously. Impossible, that's my full force attack, my full force attack. Even a commander-level demon would be seriously injured on the spot if they took this attack head-on, but you're completely unharmed. You're a fucking burning demon? What kind of demon are you? How can you be so strong? It doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense at all. Oh, how can the full force attack of us 6 demons be useless? I don't believe it, I don't believe it. What kind of monster are you? What kind of monster are you? Chapter 2075. Since you guys attacked me just now, it should be my turn now. Xia Ping looked at the 6 demons calmly. In an instant, the 6 demons had goosebumps. The 6th sense of death spread throughout their bodies. It was as though their souls were being targeted by the god of the underworld and their souls were about to fall into the sticks. Whoosh whoosh whoosh, without another word, they fled in all directions in fright. Burn! However, Xia Ping merely glanced at them and uttered 2 words calmly. Rumble! A ball of flame immediately emerged from his body. It seemed to be communicating with countless fire dimensions, and it burned in all directions, forming a boundless disaster. Bang bang bang. The 6 demons, including the Snow Tiger Demon and the Scarlet Demon on the ground, had their flames ignited in an instant. From the inside to the outside, from their souls to their bodies, they were burning up completely. Ah! The demons let out a series of shrill cries and tried to fight back to drag Xia Ping down with them. However, before they could do anything, the flames burned them to ashes. Whoosh! With a gust of wind, the demons were turned into ashes and disappeared from the space. The demon soldiers of the charge camp had goosebumps when they saw this. They could not help but gulp as they looked at the new camp commander in horror. The Scarlet Snake Demon was one of the 8 big thorns of the charge camp and was in charge of almost all the subordinates of the charge camp. Previously, the battalion commander had clashed with the Scarlet Snake Demon and the others, which was why he was secretly killed. However, this new camp commander had just taken office and had already killed all the 8 big thorns. He was extremely brutal. I'm sorry. I used a little more force just now and burned them to death. You guys don't have any objections, do you? If you have any, you can voice it out. I'm very democratic. Feel free to speak your mind. Xia Ping touched his head and said apologetically, No, we don't have any opinions. Those bastards tried to assassinate the battalion commandant, but they were killed in the end. It's all their fault. Many of the fiendish demons were scared out of their wits and shook their heads. Democracy? Democracy my ass. Just now, the Scarlet Snake Demon and the other demons had disobeyed and talked back. In the end, they were burned alive, and not even their bones were left. How would they dare to raise any objections? Were they afraid that they wouldn't die quickly enough? Anyway, the Scarlet Snake Demon and the others were long dead. Dead people could not speak, nor would they have any objections. All the dirty water could be poured on them. I don't like the name Assault Battalion. Let's call this unit Burning Legion from now on. After saying that, Xia Ping entered the camp. Yes, battalion commander, no, regiment commander. Many of the demons bowed their heads in submission. Since this burning demon had become the boss of the vanguard camp, they had to listen to everything he said. It was just a change of name. That was nothing. The news of killing the 8 fiendish demon leaders quickly spread throughout the entire army camp. Countless fiendish demons knew about it, especially the other 8 commanders of Rock City. At this moment, they also gathered together to discuss this matter. Interesting. Where did this burning demon come from? He actually killed Kaiga and the others as soon as he became the battalion commander of the vanguard camp. His strength is not simple, a black-haired demon commander said. He had known the Scarlet Snake Demon Kaiga for a long time. He naturally knew that the other party's strength was not to be underestimated, especially that killing's secret technique, Thousand Snakes Infinite Poison Array. Even with his strength, he still had to be cautious and did not dare to be careless. Otherwise, he would definitely die. However, the burning demon actually killed Kaiga as soon as he arrived at the vanguard camp. Moreover, he had a group of scoundrels with him. This was indeed a huge shock. He did not expect something like this to happen. Only a fierce dragon can cross the river. Another long-armed demon commander squinted his eyes. I heard that when he appeared in Rock City, he had a conflict with the Black Lion Demon Bard. He also beat Bard up badly. Half of his body was almost blasted away. He revealed some of the information he had obtained. What? Even Bard was not a match for this burning demon? Is he that strong? Some of the other demon commanders were shocked. If Kaiga had been defeated, then so be it. After all, no matter how strong Kaiga was, there was still a gap between him and these commanders. However, Bard was different. He was indeed one of the 9 great commanders of Rock City. His strength was not inferior to theirs. Kiki, could it be that our Rock City will have a 10th commander? A 3-eyed demon commander laughed cruelly. It might not be the 10 great commanders. It might be the 9 great commanders. However, one of them might be kicked off. The black-haired demon sneered and looked at the other demon commanders. The other fiendish demons felt a chill in their hearts. Everyone was in danger, and this was not impossible. After all, there were enough commanders in Rock City. Moreover, in the world of the demons, the strong were respected. If one's strength was not enough, they might be kicked off and replaced by someone else. To be honest, every single one of them could be replaced. If that's the case, then we can't tolerate it. It's still far from being able to replace us. The long-armed demon sneered. It would be fine if the burning demon was weak. However, it just had to be strong. It might threaten their position and make them fall from grace. They had already tasted the taste of power. If they lost it, it would be worse than death. Recently, we discovered a dark stone mine in the Yellow Mountain Range. There are at least hundreds of millions of dark stones inside. This is a huge fortune. The three-eyed demon commander said. It's a pity that this news has been leaked. If the demons on the Swamp Overlord's side find out, a war will probably break out in order to fight for this dark stone mine. He narrowed his eyes and revealed a cold glint. I see. Are we going to send the burning demon as cannon fodder? If it dies in the war and is surrounded and killed by the Swamp Overlord's subordinates, then everything will be over. What a good plan to kill a demon with a borrowed knife. Some of the demon commanders immediately understood what the three-eyed demon commander meant. Kiki, I didn't say anything. It's just that the assault battalion is just cannon fodder, right? There's nothing wrong with that. The three-eyed demon commander laughed cruelly. That's right. This isn't considered killing a demon with a borrowed knife. It's just an ordinary military deployment. But this time, let's see how capable the burning demon is. Let's see how long it can last against the Swamp Overlord's army. How long can it last? I'm afraid it will become the next commander of the assault battalion to die. I heard that it changed the name of the assault battalion to the Burning Legion. What a joke! It actually changed its name to the Burning Legion? It really is an ambitious fellow. Looks like I have to kill it. Chapter 2076. One day later, in one of the campsites of the Burning Legion, Xia Ping occupied an independent space by himself. There were no demons around him. He sat cross-legged and devoured the death stones he had obtained from the demons. Whoosh! The huge death stones melted rapidly under the burning of the golden crow of hell flames in his body. They were transformed into majestic power of hell that surged into Xia Ping's limbs and bones. Instantly, the golden crow of hell bloodline in his body was replenished with a huge amount of energy. Every cell in his body was devouring the energy greedily. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. In the end, he had awakened 100,000 golden crow of hell cells. Phew! Xia Ping opened his eyes and took a deep breath. Although he had only awakened 100,000 golden crow of hell cells, the replenishment from the power of hell made the blood in his body surge with even more mysterious and profound information. The number of death stones is still too little. He clenched his fists. He had basically refined all the death stones he had obtained previously. Not a single one was left. Moreover, after refining 100,000 death stones, he had only awakened 100,000 golden crow of hell cells. This was too ridiculous. The effect of the death stones would have been better. However, this was nothing strange. The more he cultivated, the more difficult it was to awaken the golden crow of hell cells, and the more energy he needed. Therefore, he had to obtain more death stones in hell. If he could obtain 200 million death stones, he would be able to awaken 1 billion golden crow of hell cells immediately. By then, his strength would definitely improve by leaps and bounds. He would be much stronger than he was now. Seems like I have to find a way to obtain a large number of death stones. Xia Ping touched his chin. This time, he had entered hell not only to unseal the first layer of the reincarnation brush, but also to further evolve the golden crow of hell bloodline in his body. He had to admit that hell was indeed like his home. Cultivating here was twice as fast as in other places. It was extremely beneficial for awakening the golden crow of hell bloodline. Dong dong dong. At this moment, the entire campsite was filled with the sound of war drums. The rhythmic beating caused the surrounding air to vibrate. It seemed to have the effect of making one's blood boil. It was as if they had been injected with chicken blood. All the demons woke up immediately and gathered their murderous and battle intent. What's going on? Xia Ping opened his eyes and asked the demon soldiers outside. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. A dozen or so fiendish demon soldiers immediately ran in and said, "Reporting to Captain, we discovered a netherstone mine in the Yellow Soil Mountain Range. It contains a large amount of netherstones. Unfortunately, the Swamp Lord's men also discovered it." That's why we're preparing for battle. Have the Yaksha army and our Burning Legion move out together to take back this mine and fight against the Swamp Lord's forces. The so-called Yaksha army was one of the most powerful armies in Rock City. They were all members of the Yaksha race in the underworld. They were all extremely powerful and were assassins in the dark. Their leader was the leader of the Yaksha tribe, Yi Shirsan. Is there such a thing? Then what are you waiting for? Let's go. Xia Ping's eyes lit up. He really wanted to doze off, and this pillow just happened to be delivered to him. If he could seize this underworld stone mine and completely occupy all the underworld stones, then he would be able to awaken 1 billion infernal golden crow cells in one go, and his strength would increase by leaps and bounds. At that time, even without the reincarnation pen, he would be able to contend against an immortal lord. Crash! With a command, 100,000 Burning Legion members immediately gathered towards the center of the camp. At this moment, the Yaksha army had already gathered. They were well-trained and orderly. They wore black armor and held bronze pitchforks. Their bodies emitted an iron-blooded aura. Compared to the Burning Legion's disorganized and undisciplined army, the difference in strength was immediately obvious. Many Yaksha soldiers revealed contemptuous smiles. Clearly, they looked down on the Burning Legion as cannon fodder. After all, compared to the regular army, they were far inferior. At this moment, a 10-meter-tall Yaksha wearing dark golden armor walked out from the Yaksha army. It had a ferocious expression and emitted a terrifying fiendish aura. It was the Yaksha army's leader, Yi Shirsan. You're the newly appointed charge battalion's leader, Wu Wudi? Yi Shirsan looked down at Xia Ping. I've changed the name of charge battalion. It's now called Burning Legion. Xia Ping corrected the name of this legion. What bullshit Burning Legion? With all these fancy things, it's just a cannon fodder army. What name does it need? Laughed a Yaksha general at the side. No, you can't say that. Even if it's a dog, a pile of shit, or a pile of mud, sometimes they need to be named. Otherwise, how would others know that they're different things? The other Yaksha general laughed heartily. That's true. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to tell. Even trash has the right to be named. Many Yaksha soldiers chimed in and laughed heartily. These guys. Many Burning Legion demons squinted their eyes and revealed a dangerous glint. They seemed to be considering whether they should charge forward and fight to the death with the Yaksha army. However, they did not dare to act recklessly because of the Yaksha army's strength. Furthermore, they had experienced this kind of mockery too many times. They could not feel any ripples in their hearts. May I ask if we can set off? If we delay the war and violate military orders, will we be executed? Xia Ping smiled honestly, as if he did not know what these demons were talking about. All the Yakshas snorted coldly. They felt a little stuffy as they punched the air. They had said so many things, but this Burning Legion demon did not understand a single word. It was like a beautiful woman taking off her clothes in front of a blind man. They had wasted their efforts. Set off now. However, all of you must obey military orders. If you dare to disobey, you will be executed on the spot. Even the Lord cannot stop you. Yaksha Army Commander Yi 13th looked at Xia Ping darkly. He had wanted to provoke this brat and then use military orders to punish him. He wanted to kill the chicken to scare the monkey and give this guy a show of strength. He did not expect that this guy would not fall for it. After saying this, Yi 13th waved his hand and immediately gave the order. Boom! Immediately, some demons activated a restrictive formation in the army camp and opened up a wormhole. There was a twisting spatial passageway that extended to an unknown place. Whoosh, 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 the demons seemed to be very familiar with this method of movement. They all entered the wormhole and headed for the Yellow Soil Mountain Range. Chapter 2077. Yellow Soil Mountain Range. Xia Ping and the others passed through the wormhole and soon arrived at the other side, near the Yellow Soil Mountain Range. Towering mountain ranges appeared in front of them one after another. They were tens of thousands of feet tall, and the peaks could hardly be seen. Everywhere was made of yellow soil, and the wind was strong, whistling. It was extremely desolate. There were no plants, and the place was filled with a deathly silence and desolation. Damn it, the swamp overlord's troops are already here. Yi Shisan cursed. Xia Ping immediately looked over and saw that in front of the endless mountain range in the distance, there were restrictive arrays one after another. There was black mist everywhere, almost enveloping the entire mountain range and sealing every inch of space. The black mist churned, and there seemed to be countless demons and ghosts in its depths. They would roar from time to time, as if they were trying to intimidate powerful enemies. It was as if an incomparably terrifying giant beast was waiting there, waiting to devour someone. Ordinary demons had no idea what was in the depths of the black mist. Often, the unknown was the most terrifying thing. The Yaksha army and the other demons were hesitant to move forward. Of course, this did not include Xia Ping. Hell Golden Crow Eyes. Xia Ping immediately used his mystique. His gaze pierced through the void, through the black mist, and tore apart the restrictive arrays to see the scene in the depths of the black mist. There was an open space in front of the mountain range. At this moment, this open space seemed to have turned into a huge swamp. From time to time, bubbles would spit out, emitting an unpleasant stench. Once one fell into the swamp, not only would it be like falling into a swamp, but it also contained poison that even demons could not resist. Even the black mist was a special kind of poison. If ordinary demons breathed it for too long, their vitality would be weakened. Without a doubt, the swamp overlord's troops had temporarily transformed this place into an area suitable for them to fight in. Once the Yaksha army and the other demons entered, there would definitely be countless casualties. This is the Earth Fiend Swamp Array. A Yaksha general said in a low voice, "It is a famous and peerless array of the swamp army. It can absorb the endless baleful aura of the hell world and condense it into the Earth Fiend Swamp. Once you enter, you will immediately be trapped in the swamp, unable to escape. There will be countless casualties. The black mist is also filled with terrifying poisonous gas, so it is not easy to enter." It was very familiar with this formation because it had fought countless battles with the Swamp Legion, so it knew the tactics of both sides like the back of its hand. Oh no, I didn't expect these damned swamp demons to be so fast. It's only been a day, and they've already set up this Earth Terminus Swamp Grand Array, transforming this mountain range into a place suitable for the swamp demons to fight. Once we enter, we'll be fighting as outsiders. Even if we win, it'll be a Pyrrhic victory, with countless casualties. Some of the Yaksha generals had ugly expressions on their faces. If the swamp troops hadn't set up this formation, they would still have had the strength to fight and even win. But now that the other side was already prepared, it would be very difficult for them to win. I see. At this time, Xia Ping opened his mouth and gave his own suggestion. It seems like we can't fight this war anymore. Let's pack up and go back. Go back? All the fiendish demons looked at Xia Ping with a strange expression. They had never tried something like this before. The battle had not even begun and he was already retreating. Wasn't that equivalent to running away? Although they did have such thoughts in their hearts, none of them dared to say it out loud. To be honest, this burning demon was as timid as a mouse. To think that he was the commander of the Burning Corps. Why was he so arrogant before? Was it all an act? Now that they were on the battlefield, he was showing his true colors. Thinking of this, many Yaksha demons looked at Xia Ping with disdain. That's enough, burning demon. We haven't even fought and you're running away. You're a disgrace to our rock city. That's right. Even if the enemy is strong and has set up a grand array, we're not weak either. How do you know we can't win if we haven't fought? It's just a bunch of swamp demons. Killing them is like killing chickens. What a joke. Do you only know how to bully the weak and fear the strong? Don't you have any thoughts of facing difficulties head-on? A group of Yaksha generals berated Xia Ping. You make it sound better than singing. Why don't you be the vanguard and be the first to charge in and die? Xia Ping gave them a sidelong glance. He could see that these Yaksha demons were just putting on a brave front. What kind of look is that? What kind of look is that? Are you looking down on us for being cowards? A Yaksha was so angry that he jumped out. Be the fucking vanguard. You guys are the vanguard. Do you know what your duty is? A Yaksha general flew into a rage out of humiliation. It seemed that Xia Ping had seen through his thoughts and he started cursing. The other yakshas also glared at Xia Ping. They were very angry. "All right, burning demon, cut the crap." The yaksha army's commander, Yishur San, waved his hand. "I order you to advance immediately and destroy the swamp army's earth fiend swamp array. Open a safe path for us. If you disobey, you'll be executed immediately." He was filled with killing intent as he forcefully gave the order. As the saying went, a higher-ranking official could crush a lower-ranking official. Yishur San was clearly using his commander's position to bully Xia Ping. He was clearly sending him to his death and he had no choice but to do so. Otherwise, he would be betraying Rock City and would be hunted down by the Rock Overlord. There would be no place for him to hide even in the fiery hell. He looked at Xia Ping emotionlessly, his eyes flickering. It seemed that if Xia Ping wanted to disobey his orders, he would immediately kill him, gather the army, and beat this damned burning demon to death. In any case, he had long since disliked this burning demon. He wanted to get rid of this scourge as soon as possible. "Yes, Commander." Xia Ping sneered. This was exactly what he wanted. If the yaksha army followed him, then it would be very difficult to carry out the next part of his plan. He wanted to defeat this swamp army in one fell swoop and plunder all the nether stones in this mine with lightning speed. If the yaksha army was beside him, then it would be difficult. But if only the Burning Legion went, then he could do whatever he wanted. It would be difficult for these yakshas to know what he did. "Then go." Yishur San waved his hand. He didn't care about Xia Ping's attitude at all. In any case, he had the advantage now. This burning demon would die whether he went or not. He was already a dying demon, so what did he need to care about? Could it be that he couldn't allow a dying demon to make some noise? "Let's go. Kill those swamp demons and tear apart the array." Xia Ping also ordered the Burning Legion to charge into the Earth Fiend swamp array like a swarm of bees. Although many of the Burning Legion's demons were very unwilling, military orders had to be obeyed. There was no room for them to resist. 100,000 demons charged into the array aggressively. Chapter 2078. Look, the demons from Rock City are charging in. A demon scout shouted a warning when he saw this. Laughable demons from Rock City. They clearly know that we have set up the Earth Ferocious Swamp Formation here and the entire mountain range is our main battlefield. How dare they come here to die? A demon general sneered. They won't cry until they die. They are probably unwilling to give up and want to try and break our Earth Ferocious Swamp Formation. Otherwise, if they leave now, they won't be able to answer to the Lord. I know what they are thinking. I see. They are just hoping for luck. In that case, let's destroy this vanguard army and show them the strength of our swamp territory. These demons from Rock City are no match for us. Those demons have barged in. Activate the Earth Ferocious Swamp Formation and kill them all. The swamp demons roared and went about their duties, injecting their energy into the formation. Rumbled instantly, the surrounding soil quickly liquefied and turned into a swamp. Black fog rolled, as though there were countless serpents writhing. The swamp kept bubbling and emitting poisonous gas. Oh no! The many demons from the Burning Legion charged into the Earth Ferocious Swamp Formation. Their expressions changed drastically. They immediately realized that the surrounding soil had turned into a huge swamp. Within a radius of a few thousand kilometers, there was liquid soil. Moreover, the soil seemed to have a life of its own. It turned into huge hands and produced a terrifying binding force that bound their limbs, making them unable to move. In fact, the more they struggled, the more terrifying the binding force became. In the swamp, no matter how much strength they had, it was useless. I told you, we can't charge into this Earth Ferocious Swamp Formation. Only death awaits us. Great, we are all going to die here. Some of the demons from the Burning Legion were in despair. Although it was normal for the demons of the Vanguard army to die, and they were already prepared for it, they did not want to die so quickly and in such a dubious manner. Incinerate. Xia Ping stomped on the ground and boundless flames surged from his body. That was the Hellfire Golden Crow Fire. It seemed to be connected to the energy source of the fiery hell. With his body as the center, it immediately turned into a boundless sea of fire. Dong dong dong. In an instant, numerous flaming mountains rose from the ground, piercing through the swamp. Tens of thousands of them appeared. These volcanoes constantly spewed out dark golden lava, which flowed down and formed rivers of lava that almost ran through this boundless swamp. Ah! The fiendish demons that were hiding in the depths of the swamp, planning to launch a sneak attack, did not expect such a thing to happen. Caught off guard, they were instantly covered by the dark golden lava. Instantly, these demons could not withstand the power of the flames at all. Their entire bodies began to burn, and every cell in their bodies was scorched. This kind of pain was simply unbearable. At the same time, the surrounding black poisonous mist sizzled under the burning of the flames. It was as if the flames were extinguishing it, quickly turning it into ashes, no longer existing. In an instant, tens of thousands of demons were burned to death. Crash, circulating his qigong, Xia Ping devoured the soul energy in the air and refined it into soul crystals. As expected, war is the best way to obtain soul energy. He clenched his fists and felt that he had obtained soul crystals at an unprecedented speed. Damn burning fiend, you're seeking your own death. Kill it. Kill this burning fiend immediately. How dare it kill the soldiers of our swamp army? Destroy it. Tear it into 1,000 pieces. Many of the swamp demons were enraged. Originally, they thought that they would be torturing the demons from Rock City. Who would have thought that they would be the ones being tormented instead? This was practically an invasion, behaving atrociously in their territory. The audacity was boundless. Swamp Heaven Devouring Technique. The swamp demons roared, activating the formation. Instantly, the entire swamp underwent an earth-shattering transformation. The soil seemed to move as if it had a life of its own. Crash! The liquid soil seemed to transform into a terrifying monster, wriggling madly and attacking from all directions. It was all-encompassing, covering the sky and covering the earth. It wanted to swallow Xia Ping in an instant. Every inch of the soil seemed to contain swamp runes and hellish runes. They were unfathomable and connected to the power of the source. Once swallowed by the swamp, there would be no bones left. Hellfire Crucible. Xia Ping was expressionless. He formed a seal with both hands, and countless flames gathered in the void. Thousands of hellish golden crow runes surged out from his body, quickly forming a huge hellfire crucible. Countless hellish runes appeared on the surface of the hellfire crucible, forming scriptures of hell. They emitted a grand, noble, ancient, chaotic, hellish aura. As soon as it appeared, it had the aura of refining hell, burning the universe, and suppressing the void. Rumble, everything within a radius of thousands of kilometers was filled with flames. Every inch of soil was burned, and all the water evaporated, turning into nothingness. The swamp demons didn't know what was happening. Their bodies were pierced by the flames, and they were quickly burned to ashes by the power of the hellish golden crow flames. In the blink of an eye, hundreds of thousands of demons were burned alive. At this moment, Xia Ping's entire body was burning. Everything within a radius of dozens of kilometers was filled with flames. He was thousands of meters tall, like a flaming giant. Any demon that dared to get close would be killed by the omnipresent flames before they could even take a few steps. In fact, all the swamps along the way were evaporated, turning into dry land. The soil was burned into bricks, and the bricks were burned into gravel. It was a barren land. But what kind of monster is this? Is this still a burning demon? How can it be so terrifying? Some swamp demons were so scared that they pissed themselves. They could feel the omnipresent flames in the void. It was as if the slightest bit of the power of the flames would completely ignite their bodies and souls. It was like fire meeting oil. There was a natural suppressive effect. It had seen many burning demons before, but it had never seen one as terrifying as this. This was a natural ruler of fire, like a fire god that had walked out of the depths of hell. Quick run! We're no match for this burning demon. Inform the Lord Commander. Only the Lord Commander can deal with this terrifying burning devil. Monster! This is a monster through and through. We can't fight it. Retreat. If you don't want to die, retreat. The swamp demons completely collapsed, fleeing for their lives. The entire Earth Fiend Swamp Grand Formation was pierced by the power of the flames. Chapter 2079. Oh my God, our leader is too strong. Even the 9 commanders of Rock City are nothing compared to him. He actually broke through this Earth Terminus swamp formation alone. Some of the Burning Legion's demons were completely convinced. They originally thought they were dead for sure and would be buried in this formation. However, who would have thought that the Burning Demon Commander before them would be this terrifying? He had single-handedly broken through the entire formation, slaughtering the marsh demons to the point where not a single one of them was left alive, forcing them to flee like rats. Not only are the commanders not as strong as our leader, even the Rock Overlord can't compare to him. A demon said, "Impossible, this is too ridiculous. The Rock Overlord is an immortal rank demon. No matter how strong our leader is, he can't compare to the Rock Overlord." Many demons shook their heads. They felt that Xia Ping's strength was still a long way from reaching the immortal rank. After all, it was an immortal rank demon, a terrifying existence that stood at the peak of countless demons in hell. How could it be so easy to compare with him? But no matter what, our leader's strength is clear. That's right. What are we waiting for here? Follow our leader and kill all these swamp demons. Right, beat them when they're down. Kill all these swamp demons. The Burning Legion's demons were all excited. They attacked in all directions, killing all the escaping swamp demons. Dong dong dong. Xia Ping attacked alone. He summoned his Hellfire Crucible and burned all the swamp demons that got close. They were burned to death, refined, and refined into soul crystals. He felt that the more he killed, the stronger the Hellfire Crucible became. It was as if it could absorb the flesh and soul energy of these demons to strengthen the Hellfire Crucible. Vaguely, after these swamp demons died, a bit of their true spirit would fuse into the Hellfire Crucible, constantly strengthening the Hellfire Crucible's power and becoming even more terrifying. In fact, this was the terrifying part of the Infernal Golden Crow's divine ability, Hellfire Crucible. It had extremely high growth potential. It could kill countless demons and absorb their bloodline power and soul energy, making the Hellfire Crucible stronger and stronger. If it could grow to its peak, it could gather the power of countless demons from hell and refine everything. Even gods and devils could be easily refined. At the same time, the infernal golden crow cells in his body were awakening one by one. He could feel his power increasing bit by bit. It was as if he was absorbing the power of these demons to strengthen his body. Damned burning demons. Stop it. Stop this burning devil immediately. Don't let it get close to the mountain range. Damn it. Die, burning devil. This is not a place you can come to. Let's go all out. Let's take it down with us. Self-destruct. Seeing Xia Ping charging over, the swamp demons seemed to have gone crazy. In order to stop Xia Ping from advancing, they didn't fear death. Some even self-detonated their bodies, creating a terrifying shockwave as they tried to take Xia Ping down with them. Is the Nether Stone Mine here? Xia Ping ignored the prawn soldiers and crab generals around him. After all, these demons would be burned to death by the Golden Crow hell flames the moment they got near him. He would be reduced to ashes in an instant. If it was a demon self-destructing, the impact force would be less than 3 meters away, and it would be swallowed up by the Dark North body protection technique. No matter how these swamp demons tried to stop him, it was useless. They couldn't stop him. His main purpose now was to enter the deepest part of the Yellow Soil Mountain Range and snatch a lot of nether stones to further evolve the Golden Crow hell bloodline in his body. There was no need to continue to be involved with these small characters. And he was also very curious now. These swamp demons seemed to be worried that he was approaching the depths of the mountain range, and all of them were trying to stop him. Even so far, he hadn't seen many high-level generals of the Swamp Legion. It seemed that they were not at the forefront, but staying in the deepest part of the mountain range. Interesting. Are these swamp demons plotting something? Found it. The Nether Stone Mine is just ahead. Soon, Xia Ping sensed a burst of strong nether stone aura coming from the depths of the mountain range. It was extremely pure hell energy. It seemed that a little breath could fill the body with energy. Without saying a word, his figure flashed, and with a bang, the flames on his body immediately melted the layers of defensive enchantment in front of him. He penetrated a mountain wall and directly entered the deepest part of the mountain range. After entering the mountain range, Xia Ping's pupils shrank when he saw the scene in front of him. He was shocked to see a huge open space in front of him, and it was surrounded by nether stones. But these nether stones weren't the most important thing. Instead, there was a huge and mysterious altar in the middle of this open space. As for the altar, there seemed to be a tyrannical magic treasure standing in the middle. It was a stick, white and flawless, without any impurities. It seemed to be made of bone, but he didn't know what kind of bone it was. It had a trace of indestructibility. The inside of this stick seemed to contain the mysterious power of hell. From time to time, hell scriptures would appear. Indistinctly, the void around him emitted ghostly wails and wolf howls. Hell magic treasure, morning stick. With a sudden inspiration, Xia Ping suddenly woke up. A series of information instinctively gushed out from the depths of his sea of consciousness. This was a magic treasure of hell that was as famous as the Hell Spear, morning stick. It was also one of the weapons of the Hell's prison guards. When the stick struck down, even gods and ghosts would be shocked. At this moment, this morning stick was completely sealed by the restrictive array on the altar. No one could easily approach it, as if to prevent this magic treasure from coming out. And the other demon generals of the Swamp Legion, including the commander Green Frog Demon, had all appeared at this place. They were urgently breaking the restrictive array on the altar, trying to take out the magic treasure in front of them. So that's how it is. Xia Ping suddenly came to a realization. No wonder these demon generals didn't appear in front of the array. They were all gathered at this place to break the restrictive array on the altar. Compared to this famous magic treasure of hell, these nether stones were nothing. As long as this magic treasure was snatched, the power of the Swamp Overlord would skyrocket and advance by leaps and bounds. It was not impossible for him to become the strongest overlord of the fiery hell. Damn it, why did a burning demon come to this place? Didn't they say that this is the crucial moment to break the restrictive array here and no demons are allowed to come in? The Commander Green Frog Demon cursed. He was very dissatisfied. Commander, this is the commander of the Burning Legion under the Rock Overlord's banner, Burning Demon. This bastard killed all our brothers before he broke in. A demon soldier shouted, Commander, please avenge us. Chapter 2080. Bastard, how dare you kill soldiers of my swamp army? Burn Demon, die. Hearing this, the leader Green Frog Demon was furious and attacked immediately. Its outer appearance was that of a giant frog. It was 8 meters tall, and its body was dark green. There were many hell runes on its skin, wriggling like earthworms, and it gave off a terrifying demonic aura. Don't be fooled by its harmless appearance. But to become the leader of the swamp army and stand above countless demons, one could imagine how terrifying it was. Goo-goo, the Green Frog Demon laid on the ground with its cheeks puffed up. Like a whale swallowing, it swallowed the demonic energy in the surroundings and poured it into its body. Its stomach also expanded rapidly. It's over, this burning demon is finished. How dare he anger the leader? He really doesn't know what's good for him. Where did this burning demon come from? He actually dared to come here alone. He's asking for death. That's right. With the leader's strength, even the strongest leader of Rock City is no match for him. This little burning demon is nothing. With one roar, this burning demon will probably turn to ashes. Ignore it. We should hurry and break the formations here. This is the famous weapon of hell, the Morning Rod. Once we get it, our swamp city will definitely become the strongest force in flaming hell. Yeah, I didn't expect to find the legendary hell weapon here. Even the heavens are helping us. Even the god of the underworld is taking care of us. Many demon leaders looked at the burning demon pitifully. They felt that this kid really didn't know how to write the word death. He actually dared to face the famous Green Frog Demon alone. Who didn't know of the Green Frog Demon's fame in the fiery hell? A single roar could shake the heavens and earth, enough to kill countless demons and slaughter countless people. A mere ordinary burning fiend could be destroyed in an instant, leaving not even a corpse behind. Infinite incantation, darkness of sun and moon, sound of heaven and earth. At that moment, the Green Frog Demon released a loud roar. That was an endless sound wave. With its body as the center, it created waves of air that formed terrifying sound waves that could destroy heaven and earth. For a moment, ghostly wails and wolf howls could be heard. It was as if the entire yellow Earth mountain range was shaking. Even an earthquake with a magnitude of more than 10 could not be compared to this. Even the void was rippling. Even the Yaksha army and the other demons thousands of miles away heard this voice. Their expressions changed drastically. They all knew that the frog demon was enraged. His voice reverberated. Waves of sound waves assaulted them, causing their primordial spirits to tremble as if they were about to shatter. The sound waves rolled over, seeming to sweep through the 9 heavens and 10 worlds, sweeping through everything in their path. What bullshit sound wave divine ability, it's all useless. Break for me. Xia Ping could not be bothered to continue playing with these fiendish demons. He wanted to annihilate all these fiendish demons in one fell swoop and plunder all the underworld stones here. Infernal Golden Crow Claw. He struck out with his claw, and the power of the Golden Crow of Hell's bloodline surged out. Countless Golden Crow of Hell's runes gathered and condensed into a dark golden claw. This claw could simply break through the eternity, pierce through the void, and destroy the world. The sun and moon lost their light, and the stars fell from the sky. The surrounding air was broken, turning this place into a vacuum zone. In the depths of the void, there seemed to be a golden crow of hell appearing. It covered the sky, sweeping everything in its path, and even ghosts and gods could not escape. It was as if the god of the underworld had descended and a great calamity was about to befall them. With just one strike, all the sound waves in the surroundings were completely broken. The entire world was collapsing, as if doomsday had arrived. No matter what kind of divine ability, secret technique, magic power, or magic treasure, they were all useless under this claw. It was impossible to escape from this calamity. What's going on? This claw actually felt the god of the underworld descending, the appearance of an immortal demon, and the birth of the ruler of hell. It was as if I saw a trace of the origin of hell. What is the origin of this burning devil? How could he use such a peerless divine ability? The Green Frog Demon was scared half to death. He seemed to have seen the true essence of hell's power in this claw. It represented the Yellow Springs, the ultimate of gods and devils. That was a supreme realm that far exceeded his imagination. Even the Swamp Overlord couldn't compare to the existence behind this move. It couldn't even be compared to a speck of dust. Spare me, spare my life, I'm willing to become your slave, let me go. The Green Frog Demon's hair stood up. He felt the deathly aura coming from this claw, and he hurriedly begged for mercy, hoping that this extremely terrifying burning devil would spare him. Bang. However, it had only just finished speaking when the claw arrived. It let out a miserable shriek as its entire body was torn apart into 8 or 10 pieces. His eyes were wide open, revealing unwillingness, regret, resentment, anger, and many other emotions. He didn't think he would die like this. He was killed by a single claw. But this claw wasn't over yet. It swept through everything in its path and attacked the demons on the altar. It carried the aura of Vairocana, like a demonic sun descending, killing everything. Bang, bang, bang. In an instant, the demons didn't know what happened. Their entire bodies were hit by this claw and immediately shattered into pieces. They couldn't even resist for a second. No, 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 what is going on? I was just breaking the seal on the altar. How did I get killed? I couldn't even block it for a second. Impossible. A demon let out a blood-curdling scream before it died. It was extremely unwilling. He was a demon general that reached the lightning trial realm. He was just one step away from the immortal intent realm, and he had the chance to become an overlord-level demon. But before he even took a step towards his dream, he was killed. He was unwilling. Burning devil, if you kill me, the swamp overlord won't let you go. He definitely won't let you go. This is the treasure of the swamp overlord, everything belongs to him. If you dare to kill us, even if you hide in the deepest part of the flaming hell, the overlord will catch you and tear you to pieces. Burning devil, you're dead. You're dead. I'll wait for you in the deepest part of the Yellow Springs. Many swamp demons let out shrill screams before they died, cursing Xia Ping viciously. Rumble, a few seconds later, the screams came to an abrupt end. They were all crushed into powder by the claw. A huge dark golden claw mark appeared on the ground, emitting the aura of a ruler, hell, inauspicious, death, and many other things. Even the restrictive spell formations of the sacrificial altar, which the swamp demons had spent days trying to break, were torn apart by the claw, cleanly broken. The morning staff appeared in front of Xia Ping, emitting an evil, creepy, and terrifying aura. It was as if this place had turned into a boundless ghost realm, with countless evil ghosts wailing and howling. Chapter 2081. Whoosh! As soon as the Yaksha general finished speaking, Xia Ping waved his hand and a head fell from the sky. It rolled on the ground like a football. That head was the head of the green frog demon. As soon as it appeared, it emitted endless murderous energy. Although Xia Ping killed the green frog demon with one claw and smashed its body into pieces, there were still many body parts left, including its head. Many of the fiendish demons sucked in a breath of cold air. They could not believe their eyes. Especially the Yaksha demons. They had fought with the Swamp Legion countless times and naturally recognized the true identity of the head. Impossible. This is the head of the green frog demon? It's dead. That's right. This is indeed the green frog demon. I've fought it countless times. I can recognize it even if it turns into ashes. Yi Shisan stared at the head on the ground. To be honest, he didn't know how many times he had fought with the green frog demon. He had always wanted to kill the green frog demon, but he never succeeded. He was even at a disadvantage many times. But now, the green frog demon was dead. Its head was cut off. How is it? Even the green frog demon was killed by me. Does this prove my contribution? Xia Ping stood with his hands behind his back. Impossible. A Yaksha general jumped out. He still couldn't believe it. The green frog demon is so strong. It's one of the strongest demons below the lords. How can you, a burning demon, be a match for it? What trick did you use? It's not a trick. I found a prison guard's weapon and used it to kill it. Xia Ping waved his hand and a white morning stick appeared in his hand. As soon as the morning cudgel appeared, it emitted an eerie aura. It was as if the entire area had turned into a boundless ghost domain, causing countless demons to shiver in fear. The entire mountain range was shaking, and ghosts were wailing and wolves were howling. Oh my God! This is the Hell Prison Guard's weapon, the morning stick. It can't be. I thought that this kind of weapon was just a legend and had long disappeared in the long river of history. I can't believe it still exists. It definitely lives up to its reputation as a prison guard's weapon. It's so powerful. I can even sense an aura of deathlessness coming from it. With this weapon, I can communicate with the essence of hell and sweep away everything in my path. No wonder he could kill off the green frog demon. With this magic treasure, not even the green frog demon would be a match for him. Many Yakshas were shocked. They now completely believed Xia Ping's words. With this weapon in hand, killing the green frog demons would be as easy as killing dogs. What do you think? Xia Ping raised his eyebrows. Now I can prove my contribution. What else can you say? Not yet. One of the Yaksha generals waved his hand. If you say that it's a morning stick, then it's true. It's not like we haven't seen fake weapons in this world. How about this? You hand over this weapon to us, and we'll examine it carefully to see if it's really that powerful. Once the inspection is complete, your contribution will be confirmed, and this weapon will be returned to you. He looked at Xia Ping sinisterly, plotting something. Clearly, he wanted to take this chance to snatch this magic treasure. How could they let such a powerful magic treasure fall into the hands of a puny burning demon? It should be in the hands of their Yaksha army. Not bad, this is a good idea. Knight 13 was very satisfied. He also felt that this was a very good idea. After all, this was the legendary weapon of the Hell Prison Guard. Even an immortal rank overlord could not possess it. It was simply a legendary magic treasure with boundless power. It was rumored that demons who possessed these weapons could become the new rulers of hell and become gods and demons. Hence, they would be struck by lightning if they let go of such a magic treasure. How about this? Hand over this magic treasure to us. This will prove your contribution, Knight 13 immediately said. Yi Shur-san immediately said, once you prove it, you will immediately receive 1,000,000 underworld stones and be promoted 1 rank. You will be able to command an army, a mansion, 3,000 demon death warriors, and even the Burning Legion will be promoted 1 rank. He listed out a series of benefits, hoping that Xia Ping would hand over the magic treasure morning stick. Idiot! Xia Ping cast a sidelong glance at him and lightly said 2 words. What did you say? Say it again if you have the guts. Knight 13 jumped up and shouted angrily. He stared at Xia Ping and said, I gave you face but you don't want it? Do you think you can be arrogant just because you defeated the Swamp Legion and killed the Green Frog Demon? Let me tell you, just based on what you said, you dare to humiliate your superior in public, offend your superior and insult the commander. This is a great crime. Your crime is unforgivable and your death will not be regretted. Any contribution will be useless. He released a violent murderous aura and was unable to restrain his anger. Insulting the commander and offending your superior, you should be executed. The many Yaksha generals shouted angrily and were extremely excited. They finally got hold of this guy's weakness and could put this damned burning demon to death. Kill him! Knight 13 shouted angrily and gave the order to kill. He had already shed all pretense of cordiality and did not care about any rules. In fact, this Hell Prison Guard's weapon, Morning Stick, was enough to tear apart any rules. If the overlords knew about this, they would not hesitate to start a war between overlords. Whoosh! As soon as he finished speaking, the surrounding Yaksha generals all appeared. They held steel pitchforks and looked fierce. The wings on their backs flapped and they attacked with lightning speed. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. In an instant, a black light shot out. The surrounding void was filled with a terrifying murderous aura. It covered the sky and sealed the void, leaving almost no space for Xia Ping to escape. What bullshit is this? All of you scram. Xia Ping held the morning stick in his hand and lightly hit the void. Rumble. Suddenly, a series of ripples appeared in the depths of the void. There were terrifying waves and ghostly wails and wolf howls. It was as if the whole world was crying. Countless gods and demons were crying and the sky was raining blood. The Yaksha generals did not know what was happening and were immediately hit by this power. It penetrated their bodies' defenses and directly bombarded the depths of their souls. They all let out miserable screams. With a few bangs, their heads were immediately smashed like watermelons exploding. They split into pieces and turned into meat paste. Even their souls were shattered. This was the terrifying power of the Morning Stick. With a swing of the stick, heaven and earth shook, the universe cried, and ghosts and gods were shocked. Yi 13 and the other Yaksha demons were shocked and angry. This burning demon was so bold that he even dared to kill the Yaksha army's soldiers and generals. He was too arrogant. Yi 13. Xia Ping said lightly, I can kill a green frog demon as easily as killing a dog. You useless chickens and pottery dogs, who knows where you came from, want to force me to hand over my magical weapon, the morning staff? Have you weighed your own weight? Chapter 2082. Burning Demon, you're too arrogant. This is not the place for you to behave atrociously. Yi Shur-san was enraged and attacked Xia Ping. Thirji, Yaksha's ray of sky. In an instant, the wings on his back fluttered and his body moved as fast as lightning. He turned into a black light and disappeared in front of all the demons. Many fiendish demons were astonished. This speed was the best in Rock City. This was also Yi Shisan's famous mystique. With his unparalleled speed, he could kill powerful enemies without fail. Swoosh! In the blink of an eye, Yi Shisan arrived in front of Xia Ping. He held a steel trident in his hand and stabbed at Xia Ping with an aura that could pierce through chaos, shatter the ages, and tear the void apart. Not a single peerless demon would be able to withstand this attack. Even the surrounding void rippled, containing boundless killing intent. One could only imagine how terrifying this attack was. Without a doubt, this was a peerless killing move. It was the most powerful assassination theurgy of the Yaksha clan. He wanted to kill Xia Ping in an instant, destroy his origin spirit, and eliminate this great threat. However, when Yi Shisan approached Xia Ping, he immediately felt that he had entered a world of nothingness. The trident also hit a huge kunping. He felt that all his attacks had disappeared completely. It was as if he had fallen into a swamp and hit cotton. He could not make any waves at all. Impossible! What kind of defensive theurgy is this? The assassination theurgy of the Yaksha clan is useless. Yi Shisan could not believe it. The peerless theurgy that he was proud of and had always been successful was useless against the burning demon. It was unbelievable. Rumble, at this moment, Xia Ping attacked. He moved later but arrived first. He slapped his palm down from the sky and hit Yi Shisan with a bang. His body was like a rubber ball that was slapped hard on the ground. He instantly fell into a deep pit, causing the ground to shatter and cracks to appear. Yi Shisan's face was filled with fear. He felt that all the bones in his body had been shattered. His vitality was disappearing bit by bit. Even his soul was injured. Stop! Stop immediately! Do you know what you're doing? Yi 13th roared, I'm the commander of the Yaksha army, one of the 9 commanders of Rock City. I'm a trusted subordinate. If you dare to attack me, you're slapping the Rock Overlord's face. That's a rebellion. No matter how many contributions you've made, you'll die just because of this. The Rock Overlord definitely won't let off a subordinate who betrays him. Have you considered the consequences? It immediately brought out the Rock Overlord in an attempt to scare Xia Ping. Noisy! Soon, I'll kill the Rock Overlord. Who does it think it is? Trying to scare me? It's simply overestimating itself. Xia Ping didn't even look at it as he sent a palm strike over. With a bang, Yi Shisan let out a shrill cry. His entire head was crushed, his body split into pieces, and his soul shattered. Clearly, he couldn't be more dead. Many fiendish demons from the Burning Legion were stunned. They did not expect Xia Ping to be so daring. He even dared to kill the Yaksha Legion's commander. This was simply offending the Rock Overlord, and he would not rest until he was dead. They couldn't imagine how furious the Rock Overlord would be if he found out about this. The entire fiery hell would probably be turned upside down by the Rock Overlord's wrath. Burning Demon, you actually dared to kill the commander? How dare you? Burning Demon, you're dead for sure. No one in the world can save you. You dared to kill the Rock Overlord's trusted subordinate. Even if you had 9 lives, you wouldn't be able to survive. There's no place for you in the entire fiery hell. Just you wait. You won't have a good ending. Everyone, let's kill this burning demon and avenge the commander. Yes, kill him and tear him to pieces. The Yaksha soldiers and generals were all enraged. Their eyes were wide open. Seeing their commander killed like a dog by this burning demon, they couldn't restrain their anger. Some cursed, some threatened, some watched coldly, and some were furious. They charged over from all directions and surrounded Xia Ping tightly, wanting to kill him. You still dare to be arrogant? All of you die. Seeing the Yaksha soldiers pouncing at him like crazy, Xia Ping didn't even look at them. He circulated the powerful magic in his body, held the morning staff, and knocked it forward lightly. Rumble, immediately, the world wailed and howled. Vengeful spirits wailed, ghosts and gods wailed. Wave after wave of terrifying spiritual waves blasted towards the Yakshas. Like ripples, they spread out rapidly. In just a breath's time, the entire Lus mountain range was surrounded. It was as if the mountain range had fallen into a boundless realm of ghosts, and countless evil ghosts surged out. At this moment, the entire world, the airflow, the gravel, and everything else stopped. Even time seemed to have stopped. All the Yaksha soldiers and generals stopped in midair. One could even see their enraged and crazed expressions. But the moment this power erupted, their bodies were attacked by the morning staff. Wisps of black aura invaded their bodies like a curse. In an instant, the many Yaksha soldiers and generals, regardless of their strength, were crushed into pieces. Their primordial spirits were smashed into smithereens just like that. Not even their bones were left. Whoosh, blood rain appeared in midair and poured onto the ground, forming a river of blood. Apart from the demons of the Burning Legion, all the demons of the Yaksha army in the entire Lus mountain range were killed by this attack. There were no exceptions. The demons of the Burning Legion were stunned and speechless. This was an attack from a ghost god. Even the strength of the Rock Overlord couldn't compare to this. With just a single attack, all the Yakshas were killed. Not a single one was left. Not bad. Xia Ping grabbed with his hand and produced a devouring power. He immediately collected the corpses and souls of the dead demons. The soul energy was quickly refined into soul crystals. The soul energy didn't just include the recently dead Yakshas. It also included the soul energy of the many demons that had died in the battle. Now he had devoured all of it. 500,000. Xia Ping's eyes lit up. This time, he had obtained the soul energy equivalent to 500,000 peak lightning tribulation realm cultivators. It could be considered a huge harvest. Of course, the biggest harvest was the Morning Staff and 1 billion underworld stones. In particular, 1 billion underworld stones were enough for him to awaken 1 billion golden crow cells and evolve his bloodline. Now that he had wiped out the Yaksha army, it was equivalent to falling out with the Rock Overlord. If he continued to stay here, he would definitely have a serious conflict with the Rock Overlord. He wouldn't be able to stay in Rock City either. Therefore, Xia Ping decided to leave this place immediately and devour a large number of underworld stones to improve his bloodline power. Chapter 2083. Xia Ping's figure flashed as he entered the void, rapidly leaving the place. What do we do? The Burning Legion fiendish demons looked at each other. They didn't know what to do either. Their commander had killed all the demons of the Yaksha army and quickly fled, leaving only the remnants of their army behind. For a moment, they were all dumbfounded. They looked at each other because things had developed so quickly that they couldn't react. There's no other way. We can only run. A goat-horned fiendish demon said. What do you mean? Where can we run to? That's right. The Rock Overlord is furious. We'll die no matter where we run to. The fiendish demons were helpless. They had a deep fear of Overlord demons. They were monsters that they couldn't fight. We'll die if we don't run. The goat-horned fiendish demon said solemnly, now that our commander has destroyed the entire Yaksha army, it's equivalent to crippling one of the Rock Overlord's arms. This is a life and death feud. It's unforgivable. And as members of the Burning Legion, we've been branded by our commander even though we've only known each other for a day. If we return to Rock City now, we'll definitely be torn to pieces by the Rock Overlord. It was clear and logical, speaking at the most crucial moment. Indeed, we can't overestimate the Overlord's benevolence. If he can't catch our commander, he might vent his anger on us. If that happens, we'll really die. I agree with this point. We still have a chance of survival if we run now. If we go back, we'll die. That's right. Let's escape somewhere else. We can't return to Rock City. The fiendish demons of the Burning Legion immediately made a decision to run with Xia Ping. A day later, the news quickly spread to Rock City and reached the ears of the Rock Overlord. At this moment, all the high-ranking generals of Rock City had gathered in the Overlord's residence for a high-level meeting. The Rock Overlord sat on his throne. He looked like a rock on the surface and was extremely calm. However, no one knew just how much rage was hidden beneath that cold exterior. I previously sent the Yaksha Army and Vanguard Battalion to deal with the Swamp Army for the Underworld Stone Mine. In the end, I received news that the Yaksha Army was completely destroyed, the Vanguard Battalion fled, and all the Underworld Stones were gone. What's going on? The rock overlord said in a low voice. Its pupils were filled with boundless rage, like a volcano that could erupt at any moment. Countless fiendish beasts were terrified. Reporting to Sir Overlord. A demon commander immediately jumped out. According to the intelligence, the traitor demon is that burning demon. That traitor led the vanguard battalion to rebel and killed the Yiksha Corps commander Yi Shirsan and all the soldiers of the Yiksha Corps. The rest of the demons from the vanguard camp have all deserted and betrayed our rock city. Please give the order to kill these despicable traitors immediately. It was full of righteous indignation. The Black Lion demon by the side did not dare to say anything, because it was the one who had brought the burning demon here. Now that it had rebelled and caused a huge problem, it was already good enough that the Lord did not hold it responsible, so how could it dare to stand out? If it angered the Lord, it would probably die without a burial. Good, very good, very good. The Rock Overlord was infuriated. A puny burning demon that came to Rock City for less than a day actually managed to instigate the entire vanguard battalion. Tell me, how did he do it? It was very angry, feeling an unprecedented anger. It was basically a belly full of anger. Because it had been an immortal rank lord for so long, there had never been a demon that dared to play around with it like this, even bringing huge losses to its Rock City. This was a vicious slap to his face in front of so many fiendish demons. Sir Overlord, I think that the burning demon was very likely sent by the Swamp Overlord. They might even have purposely leaked the information about the ore vein to eliminate the Yiksha Corps. In the end, they were very successful. Not only did we lose the Yiksha Corps, we even lost the vanguard battalion. A bull-horned demon commander voiced out his guess. He felt that the burning demon might be a subordinate that the Swamp Overlord had secretly sent over. Otherwise, it would not be so coincidental. No, I feel that it might not be the Swamp Overlord scheme. A poison demon commander jumped out and suggested a different opinion, because in this battle, the Swamp Corps seemed to have been completely annihilated. Even the Corps commander Green Frog Demon died in this battle. If it was the Swamp Overlord scheme, it wouldn't be so stupid as to let its trusted general die. This is completely not worth it. I feel that this might be related to the Third Overlord. Perhaps it wants to use this chance to make us fight to the death with the Swamp Overlord, causing a war, then reap the benefits. It felt that it might be the Third Overlord's scheme. Bullshit, why don't you know that this is the Swamp Overlord's ruse? That green frog demon might not even be dead. We only found its head. Who knows if the head is also fake? That bull-horned demon immediately retorted, still insisting that this was the Swamp Overlord's scheme. Do you have a brain? That head clearly belongs to the green frog demon. How can it be fake? Why don't you try and fake it? Even if you are stupid, don't think that other demons are as stupid as you. The poison demon commander scolded loudly. Both demon commanders started scolding each other, arguing endlessly. They all felt that their way of thinking was correct. Enough, all of you shut up. The Rock Overlord angrily shouted, causing the entire Lord's mansion to tremble. The air was filled with a terrifying and oppressive aura. Chapter 2084. Xia Ping left the Lus Mountains and went to a remote place. He found a cave, set up a spell formation to conceal his aura, and went into seclusion. Xia Ping immediately took out the 1 billion understones he had obtained from the Lus Mountains and placed them on the ground. They piled up like a mountain, filling the entire cave with dense underworld power. If the demons of hell saw this, they would all be green with envy. This was an amount of understones they would never be able to obtain in their entire lives. In hell, this was a shocking amount of wealth. Even Lord-level demons would be moved. But now, all of these understones were going to him. Hellfire Crucible. Without another word, Xia Ping activated his bloodline mystique, and a huge crucible appeared out of thin air. It was engraved with the script of hell, twisting and writhing like earthworms, and emanating a mysterious, profound power. Rumble, with a thought, he tossed one understone after another into the crucible. In a few breaths of time, the understones were burned, tempered, and refined by the Hellfire Crucible. They were transformed into majestic underworld power, and then turned into strands of gray mist. Before long, the entire cave was filled with gray mist, filling every nook and cranny. Xia Ping activated his energy arts, and all 108,000 of his pores breathed in and out like a whale swallowing food. A terrifying, devouring power roared out, and the gray mist in the air flowed into his body through his pores. As soon as the underworld power entered his body, it was as if he had taken a complete tonic. Every single one of his golden crow cells greedily devoured the underworld power from hell. Originally, his fire power had been too strong, and he hadn't had much underworld power. That had created an imbalance between the two. But things were different now. After devouring so many understones, he had filled in the gaps in his body. It was like yin and yang were fused together. Crackle, with the enormous supply of underworld power, Xia Ping's golden crow cells began to awaken. 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000, 3,000,000, 5,000,000, 10,000,000. The entire cave was filled with the sound of exploding stars. It was as if golden crows were awakening inside of him, and raging fire power surged out of him. After an unknown period of time, he had refined a total of 500 million underworld stones. Half of them had disappeared. The need to refine so many underworld stones was a little beyond Xia Ping's imagination. However, devouring so many nether stones was not without its benefits. At this moment, the number of infernal golden crow cells awakened in his body had finally reached 1 billion. The moment the billions of golden crow hell cells awakened, it was as if they had reached a critical point. Xia Ping's body trembled, and his entire body started to burn. 1 billion golden crow hell cells vibrated in his body, surging into his limbs, bones, and meridians. At this moment, his entire body had turned into dark golden flames. Even every drop of his blood had turned into lava and was burning fiercely. At this moment, his entire body was like a huge sun, emitting endless heat. This heat was extremely terrifying, and even the restrictive formations around him could not withstand it. In an instant, they were completely burned. Even the huge mountain range he was on was burned into a ball of lava, which turned into a river that flowed across the land with a crashing sound. Endless light pierced through the clouds. Even the thick clouds could not withstand the scorching light. It tore through the darkness, as though it had turned into an eternal sun. The entire inferno hell shone with unprecedented light, piercing through the clouds like a pillar of light. No, this was no ordinary pillar of light, but rather a pillar that connected heaven and earth. It was like a pillar of light that had existed since time immemorial. This scene shook the entire fiery hell. This light could not be concealed at all. Just the diameter of the pillar alone was 30,000 kilometers. All the demons, no matter where they were, looked towards the direction of the pillar of light. That was because this was something that the fiery hell had never seen before. The fiery hell was shrouded in darkness all year round. Even if there was lava erupting, there was a limit to how much light it could produce. It was like a world of darkness. But it was different now. The huge pillar of light tore through the clouds and illuminated the entire fiery hell. Everywhere it went, the darkness was dispelled. This was shocking and unprecedented. Oh my God, what's going on? Why did this pillar of light appear? It pierced through the fiery hell. Many demons were shocked. Some could not help but close their eyes. The long years of living in darkness had caused their eyes to degenerate. They were not used to bright environments. Now that they saw such a dazzling and glaring light, they couldn't help but tear up. Some demons that were afraid of sunlight screamed. Thick smoke rose from their bodies, as though they would be killed by the sunlight if they did not stay far away. Unbelievable pillar of light. It's like the legendary sun of hell. It pierces through time and space and radiates eternal heat. Why would it appear in the fiery hell? What's going on in the fiery hell? Could it be that a secret treasure has appeared somewhere in the fiery hell? That's why this is happening? The demons and dark ghosts discussed fervently. They were extremely shocked. They felt that this might be an unprecedented change in the fiery hell, a miraculous sight that had never been seen since ancient times. For a moment, they were shocked, unsure of what was happening. Many demons were very curious. They moved quickly and immediately flew towards the pillar of light. They wanted to find out what was happening in the fiery hell. This scene was also discovered by the 9 great overlord rank demons of the fiery hell. Unlike the other demons, their eyes were filled with ambition and desire. Such a phenomenon actually appeared and shook the fiery hell. It must be the birth of some secret treasure of hell. Such a secret treasure must not fall into the hands of other overlords. Otherwise, I will definitely die. Set off immediately and snatch this secret treasure of hell. Even if we don't get it, we can't let other overlords benefit from it. The 9 great immortal rank overlords made up their minds at the same time. They all desired the secret treasure of hell that suddenly appeared. It might be a fortuitous encounter. Once they obtained it, they would definitely advance further. Their strength would greatly increase, far surpassing other overlords. At that time, one of them would definitely become the absolute overlord of the fiery hell. At that time, they might even be able to head to the even more powerful hell world and compete with other overlords. They would no longer have to hide in this small place. So. Chapter 2085. At this moment, Xia Ping was not in the mood to care about what was happening in the outside world. He did not know that the phenomenon had shaken the entire flaming hell. Many demons and monsters were surrounding him from all directions. There were even 9 immortal rank overlords. These things were not important. He was only immersed in the constant transformation of his body. Dong dong dong. His heart was beating rhythmically, like a planet shaking. It produced waves of sound waves that were almost tangible and spread in all directions. The rocks, steel, diamonds, and other extremely hard materials in the surroundings were all shattered. Even the mountains collapsed from the impact, and dozens of terrifying cracks appeared on the ground, extending for more than 10 kilometers. Even the tiger-leopard thunder roar could not compare to such power. It could be said that just the sound of Xia Ping's heartbeat could kill countless living beings and shatter the bodies of demons and monsters. Walalan, as his heart beat strongly, Xia Ping could sense a huge amount of blood surging out from the depths of his dark gold heart. It was dark gold in color, and densely packed infernal golden crow runes seemed to appear within. It was like a river, rumbling and flowing into his limbs and bones, entering every corner of his body. The transformation was progressing rapidly. Every cell in his body was rapidly transforming into flames. What's going on? My entire body has elementalized. Xia Ping's eyes flashed. He suddenly discovered that not only was his entire body emitting flames, but his entire body had turned into flames. Every drop of blood seemed to have turned into lava. Every bone, every meridian, even every strand of hair had turned into dark gold flames. They burned fiercely and emitted endless heat and energy. He was like a flaming giant walking in hell. He had turned into a flaming creature. Vaguely, an infernal golden crow seemed to have appeared behind him, roaring at the sky like a totem. If someone saw the current Xia Ping, they would definitely be scared to death. Because Xia Ping's body was burning. The flames spread out, melting the rocks and the ground into lava. With a slight wave of his hand, he would create a flaming storm and form volcanoes. Even when he breathed or yawned, the air he exhaled would become a terrifying flaming storm. It was enough to instantly destroy a 1,000 meters tall mountain. Even if Xia Ping sat on the spot without moving, just the flames coming out from his pores would completely change the surrounding hundreds of thousands of kilometers. The entire region was surrounded by terrifying flames, turning into a sea of fire. Mountains were burning, communicating with the lava deep in the earth's mantle and erupting from time to time. Rumble. When the last cell in his body had been transformed into flames, Xia Ping sensed a tremendous amount of information surging in from the depths of his bloodline. It was the inheritance that was engraved in the depths of the golden crow of hell's bloodline. He immediately knew that after he awakened 1 billion infernal golden crow cells, he would obtain a new bloodline mystique. Its blood rebirth. Xia Ping's eyes revealed a terrifying golden light that pierced through the void. He was overjoyed and incomparably excited. When he awakened 1 billion infernal golden crow cells, His body immediately transformed and transformed. He actually obtained the mysterious blood rebirth bloodline divine art. With this mystique, he wouldn't die even if his hands or legs were chopped off, his heart was pierced, or even his head was chopped off. As long as he had a drop of blood left, he would be able to rebirth. Although it wasn't as terrifying as the immortal sage's undying body, where he could be reborn even if he only had one cell left, this mystique was still extremely terrifying. It was equivalent to obtaining half an undying body, half a step into the immortal realm. Even if he were to fight against an immortal sage now, he wouldn't be afraid. If they really fought, it would probably take a year before a winner could be decided, unless one side's stamina was exhausted. It could be said that this mystique had greatly increased his ability to protect himself. The heaven's tribulation is here? At this moment, Xia Ping suddenly felt his heart palpitate. He raised his head and saw that the sky was already filled with dark clouds, covering an area of 1 billion kilometers. At the same time, these dark clouds kept spinning, creating a terrifying whirlpool. It seemed to be communicating with the source energy in the deepest part of fiery hell, triggering the tribulation power in the deepest part of fiery hell. The energy of these lightning tribulations kept gathering, emitting a terrifying destructive aura. Occasionally, tribulation lightning would appear in the depths of the dark clouds, like a lightning dragon swimming. It's actually 108 lightning tribulations, and it's the unique lightning tribulations from hell, 9 underworld flaming lightning. Xia Ping immediately sensed how terrifying the lightning tribulations in the sky were. Compared to when he awakened 100 million infernal golden crow cells, it was many times more powerful. It actually formed 108 lightning tribulations. Perhaps this had a lot to do with his sudden increase in strength. As a result, it angered the universe's source energy and communicated with fiery hell's power, resulting in this astonishing lightning tribulations. At this moment, in the depths of the dark clouds in the sky, spherical lightning bolts kept rolling. They also contained the power of tribulation fire, as if the entire dark clouds were condensed from 9 underworld flaming lightning. Each spherical flame seemed to contain densely packed hell's runes, as if they were engraved with countless information. They kept burning, causing the surrounding space to collapse and spatial caverns to appear. This region was filled with a deathly stillness. The countless fiendish demons that were rushing over from afar also saw this scene. All of them were scared half to death and involuntarily stopped in their tracks. They widened their eyes and raised their heads to look at the sky, trembling. Damn, that's 9 underworld flaming lightning, the most terrifying lightning tribulations from fiery hell. Why would it appear here? Just how did it appear? Many fiendish demons cursed. The sudden appearance of a large patch of tribulation clouds had indeed given all of them a fright, causing their faces to turn pale. Holy shit, that's 9 underworld flaming lightning. Even an immortal lord would be heavily injured and their soul damaged if they encountered it. Small fries like us will basically die if we touch it. We can't get any closer. This patch of tribulation clouds is just too big. It's at least 1 billion kilometers wide. Getting closer means death. No matter what treasure appears, we can't get close right now. Otherwise, we'll definitely be struck to death by the 9 underworld flaming lightning. This is a terrifying lightning tribulation that counters us fiendish demons and nether ghosts. Just what is it that triggered the 9 underworld flaming lightning? Could some monster have appeared? The fiendish demons that had rushed over all wanted to retreat, no longer daring to approach the spot where the light pillar had appeared. Although they all wanted to know what had happened there, what treasures had appeared, and whether there were any fortuitous encounters there, the appearance of the 9 underworld flaming lightning had completely dispelled all their thoughts. Chapter 2086. 9 underworld flame lightning actually appeared. What a powerful lightning calamity. Near the tribulation clouds, a 15-meter-tall shark-headed demon appeared. The moment it appeared, the void distorted, the world shook and a phenomenon appeared. A dark ocean seemed to appear behind it. In the depths of the ocean, there seemed to be ferocious demon sharks devouring enemy corpse beasts. It was filled with a bloody stench. This was Sea Shark Demon, an immortal rank overlord, sea shark overlord. Its eyes flickered, staring at the huge tribulation clouds in the sky, clearly fearful. Sea shark overlord, I didn't expect you to come too. You also want to get involved in this mess. At this moment, a tall rock giant also broke through the void and arrived here instantly. Its body emitted an intense aura that seemed to shake the world. Its body contained an unparalleled power. It was Rock Overlord. Rock Overlord? Sea Shark Overlord squinted its eyes and stared at the rock giant in front of it. It thought it was the fastest, but Rock Overlord was not slow either, closely following behind. It originally wanted to be the first to arrive and snatch the treasure, but now it seemed like that plan would fail. Rock Overlord, a treasure is about to appear in this place. Who would miss out on such an opportunity? Since you can come, Overlord Sea Shark can naturally come as well. Don't tell me you think that the fiery hell is your territory? With a boom, another huge spatial tunnel appeared nearby. A pitch-black, mud-like monster flew out of the wormhole. From a pile of black mud, only two white eyes could be seen. It looked eerie and eerie. The white eyes seemed to contain an unfathomable curse power, sending chills down people's spines. And this mud-like monster was Swamp Overlord. It clearly did not get along with Rock Overlord. The moment it arrived, it started mocking and arguing. Swamp Overlord, long time no see. Your mouth is still as smelly as before. Do you want to fight me to the death? You should know that I'm not in a good mood right now. I don't mind giving you a good lesson. Rock Overlord sneered. Its body emitted dense killing intent, unwilling to show weakness. Previously, because of the traitor of the burning demons, the Yaksha army had been destroyed, and it was already filled with anger. Now that the Swamp Overlord was provoking it, it wanted to fight to the death with the Swamp Overlord. If there's a chance, I wouldn't mind fighting you here, but now is not the time. The Swamp Overlord cackled. It looked into the distance as if it had sensed something. Rumble, the void trembled. Almost at the same time, wormholes opened up in the nearby space. A total of 6 wormholes opened up, emitting a terrifying demonic aura at the same time. It almost dyed the sky black and devoured countless rays of sunlight. It was as if a peerless demon was about to be born. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. 6 immortal rank overlords walked out of the 6 wormholes. Their auras were not inferior to Rock Overlord, Swamp Overlord and Sea Shark Overlord. Clearly, the 9 great immortal rank overlords of Flaming Hell had appeared at the same time. This could be said to be an unprecedented gathering in Flaming Hell. It was enough to shake the structure of Fire Crow Hell World. Because for 9 undying lords to appear at the same place, who knew how many tens of thousands of years had passed? The moment they appeared, they saw each other's hostility and wariness. If there were only 2 of them, they might immediately kill each other. However, with 9 immortal rank overlords appearing, they were wary of each other and kept each other in check. They did not dare to act recklessly. After all, any injury or weakness in this place would probably cause them to be killed by the other 8 great overlords. This was the cruelty of Hell World. The strong preyed on the weak. Do you know what's going on? Why did the 9 underworld flame lightning appear? Is it a demon undergoing tribulation, or is it the birth of some powerful hell treasure? Asked Sea Shark Overlord. Kiki, it shouldn't be a demon undergoing tribulation. Even if it was a demon advancing to immortal rank, such a lightning tribulation would not appear. After all, the 9 underworld flame lightning is a tribulation lightning that can even kill us immortal rank overlords. The Swamp Overlord cackled. After all, if such a tribulation lightning could even kill an immortal rank demon, how could a normal demon advance to immortal rank? This was completely impossible. A hell treasure has appeared, and it can actually trigger the 9 underworld flame lightning. Looks like this treasure is not to be underestimated. An undying lord's eyes flickered with greed. If it could obtain that mysterious and powerful hell treasure, its strength would probably immediately surpass the other 8 great overlords and become the true overlord of Flaming Hell. Immediately, it had an intense urge to charge in front of all the overlords, enter the center of the tribulation lightning, and snatch that treasure for itself. You want to get close to the tribulation lightning and take the risk? Rock Overlord immediately saw through this overlord's thoughts and sneered, "I advise you not to have such thoughts. The 9 underworld flame lightning's power is not to be underestimated. If you get close, you'll be mistaken for a demon undergoing tribulation. You'll be struck by lightning and burned by fire. Even an immortal body will die without a grave." The reason it warned was not out of good intentions. It was merely worried that this overlord would act rashly and cause the tribulation lightning to spread, harming the innocent. That overlord heard this and snorted coldly. Although it was displeased, seeing the 9 underworld flame lightning in the depths of the void, it revealed a look of fear and didn't dare to act rashly. After all, the 9 underworld flame lightning's fame had resounded in flaming hell for far too long. Countless demons were terrified. There had even been an immortal rank overlord who had died to the 9 underworld flame lightning. Then what do? Do we have no choice but to wait for the tribulation lightning to end? Asked another undying lord. The only thing we can do now is wait. Of course, if any of you aren't afraid of death, feel free to charge in. I won't stop you, said Rock Overlord indifferently, its gaze calm. The other undying lords glanced at each other, as if weighing each other's thoughts and strength. After thinking for a moment, they all decided to temporarily give up on charging into the depths of the tribulation lightning. Because the enemies here were not just the 9 underworld flame lightning. The most important and strongest enemies were the other 8 immortal rank demon overlords. Even if they could resist the 9 underworld flame lightning's power, they would probably be heavily injured. If they encountered the other 8 immortal rank demons while heavily injured, they would probably die without a grave. Chapter 2087. Immortal rank lords appeared? Currently, Xia Ping was in the center of the tribulation clouds. The moment the 9 immortal rank lords appeared, he immediately sensed their powerful demonic auras. He knew that these lords had appeared, as well as the threat and killing intent they were sending over. If not for the lightning tribulation blocking the way, these immortal rank demons would have already charged in. Of course, he could even kill Demon Sage with a curse. He had countless trump cards, so he was not afraid of these immortal rank demons. Moreover, he had awakened 1 billion golden crow cells and obtained the blood rebirth bloodline mystique. His strength had increased by leaps and bounds. He could not be mentioned in the same breath as before. Hence, he only casually glanced over and focused on facing the tribulation. After all, the 108 waves of 9 underworld flame lightning were the most lethal and terrifying tribulation. If he could not block it, he would die. Rumble, just at this moment, the tribulation clouds rumbled. The lightning tribulation power brewed to the extreme, as if it could not wait any longer. The 9 underworld fire thunder descended from the sky, and one meteor-like fireball after another smashed down, containing a terrifying destructive power. Its might was like that of a nuclear bomb. Every 9 underworld flame lightning had the power to destroy a planet. They could pierce through the ground. The flames contained within were enough to turn the boundless domain into a sea of fire, burning the void. In the distance, many demons saw this and sensed the tribulation fire descending. They were also terrified. Fortunately, they did not foolishly charge into the tribulation clouds, or they would die without a doubt. Hellforge. Without a word, Xia Ping formed a seal with both hands. Endless flames and golden crow runes surged out from the depths of his body, quickly condensing into a huge dark golden hellforge. The furnace appeared in the air, and there were many strange phenomena. It was as if countless hellish planes were appearing in the depths of the furnace. Countless gods and demons roared, and rare beasts flew about. Scorching light shot out from the furnace like a sun, giving off eternal heat and piercing through the boundless darkness. One by one, the 9 hells hellfire lightning descended, causing massive waves to rise up around them. However, before they could do anything, the hellfire crucibles sucked them up like raindrops falling into the sea, where they were sucked up into nothing. These lightning and flames tried to destroy the entire furnace, but the hellforge trembled. Hell scriptures appeared from the depths of the furnace, instantly suppressing the tribulation power. Crash, Instantly, the tribulation power was absorbed by the hellfire crucible, transforming into pure power that surged into Xia Ping's limbs and bones. The golden crow of hell cells in the depths of his body were also awakening, surpassing 1 billion golden crow of hell cells. In the depths of his body, endless energy surged, flowing into his limbs and bones. Every meridian, every blood vessel was like a terrifying flame dragon. To the current Xia Ping, the 9 underworld flaming thunder was simply a supreme tonic that allowed his cultivation to advance by leaps and bounds. The spiritual power on his body was also rising, and the 9 violet kingdom dimensions were trembling. As Xia Ping greedily devoured the pure power, the Hell Spear and Morning Staff began to vibrate and buzz as they appeared on their own. They seemed to have also devoured the majestic energy of the 9 underworld fire thunder from Xia Ping's body and obtained a huge amount of energy to replenish themselves. That was especially true of the Hell Spear. After devouring so much energy, it seemed to have reached a critical point and had broken through a seal. It glowed with dark gold light, and the spear itself was covered in Hell's script. Instantly, a massive amount of information flooded into Xia Ping's sea of consciousness. This is a consummate art from hell, Hell Fiend Suppressing Spear. Xia Ping trembled, and his eyes shone with golden light. He immediately received the information from the Hell Spear, which was a consummate art, Hell Fiend Suppressing Spear. It had a total of 7 forms. Earlier, he had acquired the first form, nature, and the second form, slaughter. Now, he had acquired the third form, creation, and even the fourth form, destruction. Rumble, in the blink of an eye, Xia Ping felt his nascent divinity being dragged into an empty space by the Hell Spear. He suddenly appeared in the middle of a scorching hell. A gray figure stood on the ground. He wore black armor and held the Hell Spear tightly. His aura was like an abyss, and he struck out marks in the depths of the void. The marks left behind in the void left behind terrifying imprints. The endless profoundness of Hell's martial arts poured into the depths of Xia Ping's sea of consciousness crazily, raising his martial arts cultivation to an unprecedented level. Hell Fiend Suppressing Spear, third form, creation. Xia Ping instinctively followed the figure in the illusion and performed this consummate art. He held the Hell Spear tightly, leaving behind marks in the void. It was as if it had vibrated hundreds of millions of times. Every time the spear pierced through, there seemed to be endless Hell's script surging out, playing out pictures of hell that contained endless vitality. It was as if the spear had really created a hellish world. When this hellish world came crashing down, the void trembled and covered the sky and earth, sealing off every corner. There was nowhere to hide, and even gods and demons were suppressed and sealed. He immediately knew how powerful this move was. It was completely a sealing consummate art. When the spear pierced out, it created hell and suppressed gods and demons in the depths of hell, making them unable to move. Hell Fiend Suppressing Spear, fourth form, destruction. At this moment, Xia Ping's aura once again underwent a world-shaking change. He no longer exuded vitality, but a terrifying black aura of destruction. It was as if he was a demon god that walked out from the depths of chaos, bringing with it the power of death. He pierced out with the spear, gathering all the magic power in his body. The entire universe, the entire hell, the entire plane world, earth, wind, fire, and other elemental powers gathered on this spear. The tip of the spear emitted a gray aura, shining with the radiance of divinity. This was like a spear from the god of the underworld, wielding the authority of the god of the underworld, granting death to all living beings. Even immortal creatures would have their souls plundered by this spear. It could be said that this power already contained the intrinsic power of the hellish world, symbolizing the authority of death. It surpassed everything, and any matter would be completely destroyed under this spear. Xia Ping felt that under this spear, coupled with the power of the Hell Spear, even immortal demons would be severely injured on the spot. If they were hit a few more times, even immortal demons would die. With a crack, the void was cut by this spear, and a spatial crack that was several kilometers long appeared. Chapter 2088. At this moment, Xia Ping felt an unprecedented affinity with the Hell Spear. It was as if he could finally unleash a bit of the spear's power. He could also sense the joy coming from within the spear. It seemed that it had been a long time since it had unleashed this kind of power. The entire spear was trembling. At this moment, Xia Ping sensed that the other hell weapon on him, the morning staff, was also changing. It trembled, and a vast amount of white aura surged into his sea of consciousness. This white aura seemed to transform into wriggling hell characters, forming a scripture of hell that was engraved into his nascent divinity. This is the ultimate technique of hell contained within the morning staff, the 5 forms of soul subduing. Xia Ping's eyes shone brightly. He immediately knew that the morning staff was transmitting a hell martial art. This was a peerless technique no weaker than the hell demon subduing spear. It had a total of 5 forms: stun, slow, soul lock, soul shatter, and soul extermination. Although the forms were very simple, each form contained boundless power. It countered nether ghosts and targeted the soul. Moreover, it was an area of effect attack. When used, it was practically unstoppable. If it was used to ambush an enemy, few would be able to withstand a sneak attack from the back. This was especially true for the first form, stun. When the staff struck, the enemy would immediately fall unconscious. As for how long, it would depend on the enemy's willpower and strength. The second form, slow, could emit a white light from the depths of the morning staff that could slow down the enemy's movements. The enemy would move like a snail, unable to escape even if they wanted to. The third form, soul lock, could lock onto the enemy's soul. Even if they fled to the ends of hell, they would be marked and captured. No one could escape the pursuit of the morning staff. The fourth and fifth forms were pure killing techniques that could directly destroy the enemy's nascent divinity. Strange, why do these abilities seem so sinister? Don't tell me that the morning staff's infernal prison guards all like to sneak attack people from the back? Xia Ping blinked. He felt that the morning staff's abilities were strange and powerful. They seemed to exist specifically to ambush enemies. The morning stick didn't get angry at all when it heard those words. It seemed to be very proud of itself as it bounced up and down. It was saying that as long as it could kill and capture its enemies, it didn't care what method it used. It wasn't something a hothead like the Hell Spear could compare to. The Hell Spear had an arrogant look on his face, as if he didn't want to be associated with the morning staff. He said nothing. Rumble, up in the sky, the tribulation cloud seemed to have sensed that Xia Ping's strength had improved a step further, and the tribulation energy became even more violent. Whistling sounds rang out, the wind blew, and the clouds surged. Even more netherworld flaming thunder surged out from the depths of the black hole. Suddenly, the void trembled, and black dragons formed from the power of hell surged out from the depths of the black hole. Their bodies were covered in hellish runes. This was the dragon of destruction, and it would destroy anything that tried to resist the will of heaven. Bang bang bang. These black dragons roared and spewed out destructive bolts of netherworld fire thunder. Like a dragon's breath, they destroyed everything in their surroundings, causing ripples to appear in the void. Good timing. Xia Ping was fearless. Wielding the Hell Spear, he seemed to have transformed into an underworld god. The totem of the golden crow of hell appeared behind him, and endless flames burned on his body. He directly fought the tribulation lightning to the end. His spear smashed through the tribulation lightning, and at the same time he used the hellfire furnace to devour the energy of the tribulation lightning. The energy within his body was also rising, and the cells of the golden crow of hell were also madly awakening. His strength was also increasing at a geometrical rate. In the distance, such an intense battle naturally couldn't escape the notice of the 9 immortal rank overlords. They also discovered that the one undergoing tribulation was not some treasure, but a demon, and a burning demon at that. What's going on? It's actually a burning demon undergoing tribulation. Is it planning to step into the immortal rank? Is flaming hell about to give birth to the 10th immortal rank? Seeing such a scene, the swamp overlord was shocked. Previously, it thought that this was not some demon undergoing tribulation, but some treasure that had appeared and was facing tribulation. However, looking at it now, It was like a slap to its face. It was indeed a demon undergoing tribulation. Damn, it actually encountered a terrifying tribulation like 9 underworld flame lightning while advancing to the immortal rank. Just how deep is its accumulation? Just how powerful is its background? If it advances to the immortal rank, won't it be invincible in the immortal realm? Some immortal rank overlords were also shocked. They could sense how terrifying the burning devil that was undergoing his tribulation was. To be able to resist the 9 nether hellfire lightning to such an extent, it was something that none of them could do. Moreover, it had yet to advance to the immortal rank. If it really did advance to the immortal rank, wouldn't it be heaven-defying? In an instant, all the immortal rank overlords felt a deep sense of threat. Although flaming hell was huge, it could not contain 10 immortal rank overlords, and an invincible immortal rank overlord at that. If this burning demon succeeded in passing tribulation, there would be no place for them in flaming hell. They might even die at the hands of this burning demon. Burning demon, it's that damned burning demon. It actually appeared in this place, and is undergoing tribulation here. At this moment, when the rock overlord saw Xia Ping's appearance, a violent rage surged from the depths of its heart. It felt an unprecedented rage, as if it had met its enemy, and its eyes were exceptionally red. "Oh, rock overlord, do you recognize this burning demon?" The swamp overlord and the other demons looked at the rock overlord. "Of course I recognize it. Even if it turns to ashes, I will still recognize it." The rock overlord snorted coldly. "It's this traitor that killed my trusted general Yishur San, caused the vanguard to rebel, and even destroyed the Yaksha Corps, causing my rock city to suffer heavy losses. I have an irreconcilable grudge against it." Could it be that our swamp core was also destroyed by it? The swamp overlord also recalled what had happened previously. In order to fight over an underworld stone vein, the swamp core was destroyed. It previously thought that it was the rock overlord's doing, but now it seemed that it was the burning demon's doing. "It's definitely that bastard's doing." The rock overlord gritted its teeth and said, "It's probably just a little bit away from advancing to the immortal rank." When it saw an underworld stone vein, it could no longer control itself and attacked, plundering the underworld stone vein to strengthen itself. It felt that it had instantly seen through the burning demon's scheme. Previously, the burning demon had pretended to be benevolent and became its subordinate in order to borrow its strength to gather cultivation resources. Now that the burning demon had obtained the resources, it kicked it away and even poached its subordinates, causing it to suffer heavy losses. Chapter 2089. I didn't expect that burning demon to do such things. The other undying lords looked pitifully at the rock overlord. To actually recruit such a subordinate, it was really unlucky. Not only did it not get any benefits, it even caused trouble. However, thinking about it, if a demon had the ability to become undying as long as it had a bit of ambition, how would it be willing to serve other undying lords? Betrayal was inevitable. This was nothing special in Hell World. Everyone. The rock overlord's eyes flashed with a cold light. This burning demon is a traitor. He's a treacherous person who doesn't shrink from any crimes. He's the type of person who swears when he eats. For such a fiendish demon to encounter such a calamity, once he ascends, he'll become even more terrifying. And with this guy's personality, once it grows, we won't have a good time. We might even die at its hands and get devoured. The other undying lords couldn't help but nod. This was also what they were worried about. Even if the burning demon didn't do such things, they wouldn't stop worrying. This was planning ahead. I won't say anything more. Let's attack together. We'll break a path and force the 9 underworld fiery thunder away. We'll attack its body directly. I want it to fail at the last step and die without a burial. The rock overlord was filled with killing intent. All right. The other 8 undying lords nodded. They glanced at each other and immediately made a decision. Flaming hell was too small. It couldn't contain the appearance of a 10th undying lord. Not to mention an existence that might be above other undying lords. This was even more intolerable. In an instant, rock overlord, swamp overlord, Sea Shark Overlord and the other immortal rank overlords immediately worked together. They circulated their massive demonic energy, causing demonic energy to soar into the sky. They gathered all their mental energies together and formed a black river. Rumble, immediately, countless 9 underworld flame lightning were forced away by this black river, exploding, colliding and disintegrating. It basically cleared out all the lightning energy in the surroundings. Xia Ping stood in the middle of the tribulation clouds with his hands behind his back, resisting the tribulation. At this time, 100 underworld flame lightning had already descended, most of them had disappeared. The surrounding lightning energy was much thinner, not as dense and vast as before. Therefore, the 9 undying lords weren't as afraid as before. Burning Devil, you actually dared to kill my trusted general, destroy my Yaksha army, and steal my Netherstone mine. Today is the day you die. Go to the Yellow Springs and repent. The Rock Overlord was the first to attack. It was incomparably valiant. With its body as the center, the demonic chi in a radius of several 100 million kilometers was absorbed into its body. The phantom of an ancient titan seemed to appear behind it. It was unknown when it had taken out a giant black axe. The axe was over 1,000 feet long. It did not want to waste any more words with Xia Ping. Instead, it chopped down on Xia Ping's head. The power of this axe was boundlessly terrifying. Shockingly, a black trajectory appeared, as if it was splitting the sky in half and tearing the nearby void apart. Any fiendish demon could feel the terrifying sharpness of the blade, as if it could even cut the earth in half. And this time, it wasn't just the Rock Overlord. The Swamp Overlord, Sea Shark Overlord, and the other 8 undying lords weren't to be outdone. They all used their full strength, blasting down one after another. In the blink of an eye, millions upon millions of beams of black light formed the power of magical laws and the power of hell, causing the lands and the sky to shatter. At this moment, Xia Ping also felt waves of killing intent coming from behind him. He turned around and looked, standing with his hands behind his back. He did not make any special movements. In the next second, the attacks of the 9 undying lords landed on Xia Ping. Immediately, a Kunpeng domain appeared on Xia Ping's body. Tens of millions of kilometers were surrounded by a blue ocean. Many Kunpeng swam around. Dong dong dong. Including the Rock Overlord's axe and the other 8 undying lords' full-strength attacks, they suddenly discovered that when their attacks landed on the Burning Devil, it was like they had sunk into a swamp, like they were hitting cotton. All the power had completely disappeared and was swallowed up by the ocean. It was as if all the power of sharpness was useless. It was like all rivers flowing into the ocean, majestic and boundless. They couldn't see the end of this ocean. It was all-encompassing. Impossible! The Rock Overlord and the other fiendish demons opened their eyes wide. They couldn't believe that their full-strength attacks were blocked by this fiendish demon that hadn't even reached immortal rank. Moreover, he was completely unharmed. This was too absurd. There was no reason to believe it. You're courting death. Xia Ping opened his eyes, revealing a shocking cold glint. A terrifying whirlpool formed in his body, producing a massive devouring power. Walala from the sky, the 9 underworld flame lightning raining down were rapidly devoured by his body before they could even get within 10 kilometers of his body. It was as if they had fallen into a black hole, unable to cause any ripples. Right now, the 9 underworld flame lightning could no longer pose any threat to him. With a loud boom, Xia Ping took a step forward. Instantly, heaven and earth shook. Many strange phenomena appeared. The void trembled, as if the entire infernal realm was rumbling and shaking. All the fiendish demons in the infernal realm felt an inconceivable vibration coming from the depths of the void. Even their souls were trembling. They couldn't resist it at all. Their chests were so tight that they almost vomited blood. Their hearts pounded intensely. In the next second, the Rock Overlord saw the Burning Devil take out a dark golden spear. It stood in the void, like a god of the underworld walking out from the depths of chaos. It controlled the power of death. It was emotionless, symbolizing the majesty of infernal realm. It seemed benevolent, like death, like emotionless, like tyrannical, like gentle, like it contained thousands of faces. Especially those dark golden eyes. The depths of those pupils seemed to contain terrifying energy, containing the essence of infernal realms' power. It was like an ancient god lived within. Just a glance at it made its hair stand on end, as if it was being stared at by the god of the underworld. You must die for blaspheming the god of the underworld. Xia Ping took a step forward. He seemed to be wearing a battle robe. Holding the spear, a terrifying dark golden flame gathered in the depths of the spear. It surged out, causing the void within a radius of hundreds of millions of kilometers to tremble. Countless characters of hell surged out from the spear. At this moment, it seemed like infernal realm after infernal realm was created. Many strange phenomena appeared. Bang! A black light flashed past. The rock overlord didn't know what had happened. In the next second, its huge body was pierced through, and a huge hole appeared in its chest. Chapter 2090. Damn it! The rock lord glared at Xia Ping. It felt extremely humiliated. Its body and chest were penetrated by a demon that had not even reached the immortal realm. This was a great humiliation. It even felt a trace of fear in its heart. If it did not possess an immortal body, it would have been stabbed to death by that spear. A huge amount of energy gathered from its body. Its broken chest rapidly recovered. It was as if the particles in the void had also condensed into rocks and filled in the gaps in its body. Hell's sacred art, Inferno Mountain Crushing Axe. In an instant, the rock lord was enraged again. It wielded the black axe and slashed at Xia Ping. This time, it was using all its strength and igniting its blood vitality. Immediately, the axe communicated with the origin energy of the Inferno Hell and absorbed an endless amount of flame power. The axe was as heavy as a mountain and as fast as lightning. It only left a shocking cold flash in the air. It was extremely violent. Countless hellish marks appeared on the surface of the axe, twisting like earthworms. It was as if the axe was engraved with hellish scriptures that contained endless energy. Even an immortal rank demon would not dare to take this axe head-on. Inferno demon suppressing spear, third style, creation. Not even bothering to look, Xia Ping swung the hell spear, causing numerous scars to appear in the air. In the blink of an eye, numerous volcanoes, rivers of flame, and rifts appeared in midair. These marks outlined the terrain of the Inferno Hell. It was as if an Inferno Hell had descended from the void. The spear had also created a boundless and majestic Inferno Hell. The other immortal rank demons could see that this Inferno Hell that existed between the void and the real seemed to be filled with densely packed hell runes. It possessed a terrifying sealing power. At this moment, the axe struck the surface of the Inferno Hell, producing a clanging sound and sparks. The rock lord tried to split the hell in half, but the hell remained undamaged. This was as laughable as an ant trying to shake a tree. Impossible! Rock Overlord's mental state crumbled. The hellish divine ability it used at full power was enough to destroy a city or a country. It was invincible. Even other immortal rank demons did not dare to face it head-on. It was the undisputed strongest expert in flaming hell. However, this damned burning devil before it could easily block its full-powered slash. It couldn't believe the ridiculous scene before its eyes. Rumble, but before it could react, the hell spear's infernal hell slammed into the rock overlord. Instantly, countless hell scriptures wrapped around the rock overlord like chains of order, wrapping it up like a dumpling. It couldn't move. Damned thing, what's going on? Why can't I break free? Damned burning devil, what did you do to me? The rock overlord's fine hairs stood on end, going crazy. It tried to do everything it could to struggle free, but no matter how hard it tried, it couldn't break free. It could only fall to the ground, crazily screaming, panicking. Moreover, the more it struggled, the tighter the hell scriptures on its body became. It felt as if every hell scripture was engraved into its flesh, causing its primordial spirit great pain. Obediently accept your death. You can't escape. Xia Ping raised his brows. He felt that this absolute art was pretty good. It could even temporarily seal an immortal rank demon. This was simply an unparalleled technique against immortals. Even if it couldn't kill the other party temporarily, it could still seal the other party. Stop. Release Rock Overlord immediately. Burning Devil, how dare you? To think that you would dare to offend your superiors. Attack, kill it. This guy is too strong. It has endless potential. If we don't kill it now, it will become a huge problem in the future. Right at this moment, the other 8 immortal lords could no longer hold themselves back. It had yet to reach the immortal realm, yet it was already able to beat the Rock Overlord into such a sorry state. If it really managed to break through, all of them would die. Although they had a grudge against Rock Overlord, they had no choice but to work together against a powerful enemy like the Burning Devil. Otherwise, a disaster would befall them. Meteor fall, sun and moon lose light. In the blink of an eye, 2 undying realm demons rushed over. They attacked with their palms, displaying supreme killing techniques. The void changed and the universe was reversed. The entire sky seemed to darken. Blazing meteors fell from the sky one after another. It was as if the stars were shining brightly, forming a boundless starfield. Every meteor contained boundless killing intent. This strike had the aura to crush the ages and push the 9 continents. Wind calamity, fire calamity, lightning calamity. Another 3 undying demons attacked from another angle. They summoned natural disasters as if they were disasters themselves, containing boundless calamity energy. Walala, in an instant, the clouds in the sky changed. Violent winds howled, creating a black storm that destroyed everything in its path. Every wind blade could tear apart mountains and penetrate the earth. Volcanoes rose from the ground one after another, spewing flames. Thousands of volcanoes exploded at the same time, creating a surging flood of flames that seemed to be able to drown everything. Black clouds gathered and black lightning rumbled. It seemed like the lightning tribulation had become stronger. It activated the origin of the lightning hell, forming thousands of black lightning bolts that bombarded down. Every bolt of lightning was like a demon of the lightning element, wielding a spear as they bombarded Xia Ping. Whirling prayer beads. Xia Ping didn't move. He immediately threw out a low-grade saint artifact and activated the whirling prayer beads power. Immediately, a Buddha kingdom descended in the hell world. There seemed to be countless Buddhas chanting in the depths of the Buddha kingdom. With his body as the center, a huge Buddha kingdom was formed. The crystal world shone with golden light. The surroundings were condensed and densely packed Buddhist scriptures were engraved. At the same time, the Buddha kingdom shone with boundless golden light. It seemed to tear apart the darkness of hell and purify all darkness. The surrounding black mist let out sizzling sounds. Dong dong dong. At this instant, the 5 immortal rank demons charged over. Their respective hell mystic abilities ruthlessly bombarded the Buddha country. However, they were easily blocked, unable to shake the Buddha country in the slightest. What kind of joke is this? This is a magic treasure of the human race. How do you have it? And how do you control this power? The 6 immortal rank demons couldn't believe it, because the power of humans and demons was completely different. Even if they obtained a magic treasure of the human race, they might not be able to use it. However, this burning demon in front of them could actually use a saint artifact of the human race. It was unbelievable. Chapter 2091. It's none of your business. You're all demons that are about to die. Why do you care? Xia Ping sneered. He didn't plan on explaining anything to them. As expected, this burning demon has a huge secret. That's right. Such a powerful demon can't be unknown in flaming hell. I think this burning demon might have come to our flaming hell from another plane. Such a powerful demon can't just appear out of nowhere. That's possible. That would explain everything. Maybe it's a demon from a higher plane of hell with a strong inheritance. It might even have received the inheritance of an hell prison guard. Whether it's true or not, we'll know once we capture it or kill it and plunder its treasures. Killing intent flashed in the eyes of many immortal rank demons. Previously, they only wanted to kill because of Xia Ping's threat. Now it was different. They were driven by benefits. In that case, there was even more reason why they couldn't let this mysterious burning demon escape. Thinking to this point, they activated the demonic energy in their bodies and attacked from all directions. They turned into rays of black light that were filled with destructive power, like the light of hell. Xia Ping did not back down. He wielded hell spear and whirling prayer beads to fight back. Bang bang bang. Immediately, a series of explosions resounded in the sky. At the same time, terrifying destructive power was generated. The battlefield spread over hundreds of millions of kilometers. The sky collapsed and the earth cracked. Many ordinary fiendish demons who had come to watch the show also saw this scene. Oh my God, what's happening up ahead? There's actually an immortal lord's aura. Many demons were trembling in fear. It was as if the wisps of aura coming from afar were enough to crush the heavens and crush most of them into dust. They were unable to resist. Rock Lord, Swamp Lord, Sea Shark Lord. Are you kidding me? The 9 immortal rank lords of our flaming hell have all appeared. They're fighting against a burning demon. There was a multi-eyed demon with sharp eyes that immediately saw the battle on the battlefield. However, it would have been better if it hadn't seen it. Now that it saw it, it was so scared that its soul almost flew out of its body. It trembled uncontrollably. Usually, the appearance of an immortal rank demon was terrifying enough. It was something that could shake flaming hell. But now, 9 immortal rank demons had appeared. Moreover, the 9 immortal rank demons were even working together to attack a burning devil. This was an unprecedented battle in flaming hell. What's that burning demon? It can attract 9 immortal rank lords to attack it. What's its background? Many demons guess the origin of that burning demon. Not sure, I don't recognize it at all. I've never seen such a powerful burning demon in flaming hell. Maybe it's not of our flaming hell, but from another hell world. That's possible. Otherwise, how can it resist an immortal rank lord of flaming hell? Perhaps the 9th hell fiery thunder was triggered by this burning demon? What kind of joke is that? With 9 undying overlords working together, how could there be an enemy that can't be killed? No matter how powerful this burning devil is, it can't overturn the heavens. Many of the fiendish demons discussed among themselves. They were all stunned by this unparalleled battle. This was definitely a battle that would leave its name in the fiery hell for all eternity. However, there were also quite a number of fiendish demons that fled in fear. After all, in a battle between immortal rank fiendish demons, any strand of aura that leaked out could severely injure or even tear them to shreds. Therefore, they didn't dare to stay in this place and left one after another. Die, burning demon. At this moment, the battle reached its climax. The 5 immortal level fiendish demons saw a slight opening in Xia Ping's defense. Cold light flashed in their eyes as they simultaneously used their supreme killer moves. Netherworld King's Killing Palm. In an instant, the 5 great immortal level demons joined hands at the same time. Their palms slammed down, causing the void to tremble. It was as if an underworld king was summoned, walking out from the depths of the void. The Nether King stretched out a black palm that was covered with countless hellish runes and imprints. It descended from the sky, wanting to crush Xia Ping to the ground. It's useless. Whirling prayer beads, boundless sea of Buddha. Xia Ping was expressionless. He circulated the power of the whirling prayer beads, instantly triggering countless golden lights. These golden lights of Buddha transformed into a golden sea, as if it was a sea of faith, encompassing the entire universe. The Underworld King's palm descended and pressed on the golden sea. Immediately, shocking waves surged and all the Underworld King's power was devoured cleanly. The 2 powers were also instantly neutralized. Ha, foolish burning demon, I finally found a chance. Die. At this moment, a cold voice rang out from the void, appearing behind Xia Ping. The one who had spoken was none other than the Swamp Overlord. It had been hiding in the void for a long time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to kill Xia Ping. Rumble, the Swamp Overlord turned into a patch of black soil, like a real swamp. Waves surged and contained boundless hellish power. It struck down from above, trapping Xia Ping's entire body. Xia Ping narrowed his eyes. He immediately discovered that his hands and feet were covered in soil. His body seemed to have fallen into a swamp, and terrifying restraining power appeared all around him. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't escape from the swamp. It's useless. Even if you become an immortal overlord, you can't escape from my hellish divine ability, Swamp Earth. You've already been trapped by me and will die without a grave. The swamp overlord's proud voice came from the depths of the swamp. It had turned into a swamp earth, and its primordial spirit wandered everywhere. No one knew where its true body was. It could be said that it was truly a terrifying demon with an undying body. It could be killed more than any other demon. As long as a drop of soil wasn't completely destroyed, the swamp overlord could continuously revive. Burning demon, you still want to struggle? Obediently faint for me. Before Xia Ping could act, a black illusory figure appeared in another part of the void. It had no form. It was an underworld ghost overlord. It emitted a cold and gloomy aura, as if freezing the void. Bang! In the next second, a violent mental wave surged out from its body and fiercely slammed into Xia Ping's consciousness sea, trying to make Xia Ping dizzy. I've succeeded. Seeing this, the sea shark overlord transformed into a shark and pierced through the void. It instantly arrived beside Xia Ping, opened its fangs, and bit down. Chapter 2092. Hi, it's dead. The burning devil is finally dead. I knew that no matter how strong the burning devil was, it wouldn't be a match for us undying lords. It's just a normal demon before reaching undying. Losing its head means it can't be more dead. Looks like this kid is still so arrogant. Let's see if he can still be so arrogant. Seeing Xia Ping's head get bitten off by the sea shark lord, leaving only half his body, the undying lords were excited. It was as if they had won a war. They knew that no matter how strong the burning devil was, without a head, it was dead for sure. After all, only by reaching the undying realm could one obtain an undying body. The Nether Ghost Lord, Swamp Lord, and Sea Shark Lord were all very pleased. Fortunately, they were strong enough to find the burning devil's weakness. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to kill it so easily. Now that the burning devil was dead, they had gotten rid of a major enemy. They immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Wait, these bloodwise, what's going on? Why did they suddenly start burning? At this moment, the Swamp Lord's terrified voice rang out. What? The other undying lords immediately looked over and saw that the Swamp Lord had transformed into a swamp made of black soil. However, the black soil seemed to have been contaminated by the burning devil blood ys that had just died. And these blood ys seemed to have a life of their own. They actually turned into lava and started burning. Deep within the flames, there seemed to be a divine bird that flapped its wings and cried out. The dark gold lava immediately started burning, igniting the Swamp Lord's body. If it was a normal flame, it wouldn't be able to burn the Swamp Lord's body. However, this was the infernal golden crow flame, which could use hell energy as fuel. Once it invaded the Swamp Lord's body, it wouldn't be extinguished until the enemy's energy was exhausted. Bastard, these flames, what's going on? Why can't they be extinguished? Why can they harm me? Scram! Scram immediately! The Swamp Lord couldn't help but scream in fear. It discovered that these flames were actually a serious threat to its swamp body. Its undying body seemed to have no way to deal with these flames. Even if its immortal body had the ability to continuously regenerate, the same was true for these flames. They absorbed the life force in its body as fuel, growing and multiplying without end, never extinguishing. It seemed that as long as he did not die, it would continue to burn until his soul disappeared. At this moment, it felt the fear of death. Its entire body was trembling. If it couldn't extinguish the flames on its body, it would be burned to death by the flames sooner or later. When the other undying lords saw this, their first thought wasn't to save the Swamp Lord. Instead, they subconsciously took a few steps back, afraid that the flames would spread to them and cause them to suffer the same fate as the Swamp Lord. Damn it, the burning devil isn't dead yet. Suddenly, the Nether Ghost Lord shouted, its eyes fixed on the tank's half-body. While they were talking, the burning demon, who had been thought to be long dead, underwent an earth-shattering change. The blood on his body actually grew again. Originally, every drop of blood, every cell, every strand of hair contained mysterious talismans deep inside. And these talismans? They were inextricably linked to each other. They devoured the energy in the depths of the void, forming a network that rapidly converged and condensed into a head. The void trembled. Xia Ping, whose tank had been half destroyed, revived once more. All of his blood and flesh were regenerating, rapidly returning to its original state. A powerful force erupted from every inch of his tank. Xia Ping stepped out, causing everything within a radius of billions of kilometers to tremble. Crushing the 9 heavens and 10 earths, it was as though the entire fiery hell was trembling under his feet. After returning to his original state, he was even more powerful and terrifying than before. Every inch of his skin and flesh flickered with a dark golden luster, as if this was the Arhat golden body, or an undying body. Undying body? This guy actually has an undying body. Impossible. What's going on? He clearly didn't condense an undying true soul, nor did he communicate with the essence of hell. How could he cultivate an undying body? But the truth is right before our eyes. This is the power of an undying body. Even if the body is destroyed, it can rapidly regenerate. This is the power of an undying body. Could it be that he took the opportunity to advance to the sempiternal realm? The undying lords couldn't believe it. They saw Xia Ping revive once more, with half of his tank restored to its original state. They thought they were dreaming. This was simply too ridiculous. Swamp Lord, do you think you can kill me with these little tricks? What a fool's dream. Today, I'll let you know what it means to have boundless magic power and remarkable abilities. I'll show you what true power is. Xia Ping was reborn once more. He used the blood rebirth mystique, and felt that he had gained a deeper understanding of the power of his tank's bloodline. It was as if both his body and soul had been elevated. Hell-suppressing demons spear forth form, destruction. Boom. He struck out with his spear. At this moment, it was as if the infernal god had possessed his tank. The infernal golden crow's energy surged out, completely activating the hell spear's internal energy. A black beam of light shot out, tearing apart heaven and earth and destroying the void. It contained boundless deathly aura and the infernal god's authority, enough to kill everything. Stop right now. The Swamp Lord was scared half to death and panicked. It could clearly feel a fatal killing intent from this black beam of light. Even its true soul felt threatened. It was originally a sneak attack by an immortal rank overlord, so this matter should have been easy to deal with. Killing this burning devil would be an easy task. It wouldn't be a problem at all. However, it never expected that this brat actually had an undying body. Even after half of his tank was destroyed, he could still rapidly revive and return to his peak state. This completely caused it to break down. Because a burning devil with such a low bloodline, a trash-like demon beast, was merely a lucky upstart who obtained a fortuitous encounter. Yet, its strength was so terrifying. How could it not feel terrified? This black beam of light flashed past, and the Swamp Lord's entire tank was torn apart, turning into a pile of debris. At the same time, the terrifying power of hell invaded the Swamp Lord's tank, instantly tearing apart its true soul and shattering it. All of its soul power was completely obliterated. The swamp body that was originally planning to return to its original state also collapsed, turning into a pile of mud that fell to the ground. Chapter 2093. As expected of an immortal rank overlord, it indeed possesses an enormous amount of soul energy. Xia Ping's eyes glowed. After killing the swamp overlord, he immediately used devouring power to quickly refine the soul energy released by the swamp overlord. Immediately, it produced an enormous amount of soul energy. It was equivalent to the souls of several million peak stage lightning calamity demons. Meanwhile, he sent all these soul crystals to the reincarnation brush. The reincarnation brush also greedily devoured the soul energy, as if it had obtained a great supplement. Xia Ping also clearly sensed that he was getting closer and closer to unsealing the reincarnation brush's first seal. As long as he could kill 2 more immortal rank overlords and devour their soul energy, he would be able to unseal the first seal. Vaguely, he sensed that the first bronze door deep within the reincarnation brush seemed to be showing signs of shattering. No way, it's dead? The swamp overlord was killed? Seeing this scene, Sea Shark Overlord and the other immortal fiendish beasts were shocked. They couldn't believe that the famous swamp overlord was killed just like that. When they advanced to immortal rank, they thought that they were already undying existences. Even time could not erase their souls. They did not know how long they had lived in flaming hell, how long they had dominated for. They also thought that they would continue to dominate and grow stronger. Honestly speaking, they did not even know what the fear of death felt like. But now, seeing the undying swamp overlord die in front of them and let out a blood-curdling screech before its death, they immediately broke out in cold sweat and felt like their guts were going to explode. They also recalled the cruel reality. It turned out that they were not immortal existences. As long as they had enough power, they would also die. Such a bloody reality was cruelly displayed in front of them. Monster, he's a monster. We can't keep fighting, we will die. We will all be killed by him. This guy definitely inherited the power of the underworld prison guards and grasped the authority of the underworld god. The first to run was the Nether Ghost Lord. It was frightened by Xia Ping's murderous aura. It was the most sensitive lord to death, and it could clearly feel that the dark gold spear contained enough power to kill its soul. The swamp overlord, who should have had an immortal body, was killed by the power of this spear. If it had stayed where it was, it would have died without a doubt. Without saying another word, it immediately transformed into its nether ghost form. It was formless and shadowless as it entered the void, fleeing from this place with extreme speed. It was as fast as it could go. But how could Xia Ping allow the Nether Ghost Lord to escape? He took out another hell treasure, the Morning Boss. He circulated his mana and lightly tapped the void of space. First form of the 5 forms of soul-suppressing technique, dizziness. Suddenly, an invisible sound wave spread out like a tidal wave. It surged out, layer upon layer, destroying everything as it slammed into the Nether Ghost Overlord's body. Before the Nether Ghost Lord could run more than a few kilometers, its entire body was struck by this attack. The Nether Ghost Lord's body immediately solidified and fell out of the void. At the same time, it let out a shrill cry. Its head was full of bumps and it felt a bit dizzy. It couldn't use any of its divine abilities at this moment, and it stopped in midair. Swish! Xia Ping gripped the Hell Spear, and his body flashed as he stabbed towards the Nether Ghost Lord. This spear contained a terrifying destructive power that shook the heavens and earth. The tip of the spear gave off a spiraling current that could pierce through everything. No, don't kill me, spare my life. At that moment, the Nether Ghost Lord finally regained consciousness, but it was already too late. It immediately screamed with all its might, hoping that the burning demon in front of it would spare its life. At the same time, it tried to flee, but it was useless. This spear instantly pierced through the Nether Ghost's body, and a terrifying destructive power erupted, destroying everything in its path. The Nether Ghost's massive body was immediately shattered into pieces. Its true spirit had also been shattered by the spear, and it could not be more dead. Whoosh! After the Nether Ghost Lord died, it gave off waves of gray soul matter. The reincarnation brush trembled, greedily devouring this enormous soul energy. It continuously trembled, and countless Hell's characters seemed to appear, brewing an even more powerful aura. Deep inside, the first bronze gate was also trembling, as though it was about to fall. All the seals and chains were clanking, as though they were about to be destroyed by this power. As long as I kill one more undying lord, the reincarnation brush can undo the first seal. Xia Ping's eyes lit up with excitement. He didn't expect that he would achieve his goal of entering the hell world so soon. As long as the first seal of the reincarnation brush was removed, his combat strength would be greatly improved. This scene was clearly seen by the other Undying Lords, and they were so scared they peed their pants. Impossible, the Nether Ghost Lord was killed too. Who doesn't know that the Nether Ghost Lord has a formless Nether Ghost body? If he wants to flee, no demon can catch him. But now he was stabbed to death. Some undying demons were dumbfounded, not daring to believe it. What is this? Didn't the Swamp Lord get stabbed to death too? This monster kills undying lords like it's nothing. Even if this burning demon hasn't become undying, he's not far from it. One of the undying demons had an ugly expression on his face. I know how he killed the Swamp Lord and Nether Ghost Lord. Sea Shark Lord couldn't help but scream, look at the weapons in his hands, those are the Hell Prison Guard's treasures, Hell Spear and Morning Bee. Damn, how did such treasures end up in this guy's hands? There's no justice in this world. Impossible, Hell Spear, Morning Bee? Wasn't this a legendary weapon that had long been lost in the long river of history? Why did they appear again? It doesn't make sense. Where did he get them from? Rock Lord and the other demons were all stunned. Hearing Sea Shark Lord's reminder, they finally understood and immediately recognized the origins of the two powerful weapons in Xia Ping's hands. If it was the weapon of the legendary Hell Jailer, then killing an immortal rank overlord was not something out of the realm of fantasy. Or rather, it was a matter of course. We're not his match at all. With the Hell weapons, we can't even fight this battle. This encirclement has failed, let's run. An immortal rank demon shouted and immediately ran away. Chapter 2094. So. The remaining 6 Undying Lords all quickly fled, flying in all directions. They seemed to be using all of their strength, running for their lives, using unprecedented speed. /. This group of disloyal bastards. Rock Lord was furious. It was tied up like a dumpling, unable to move. Even if it wanted to flee, it couldn't do anything. It could only watch helplessly as the other demons fled. Want to run? Is it that simple? Xia Ping wielded the Morning Boss, channeling his mana and attacking the 6 Undying Lords. Soul Suppressing 5 Techniques, Second Form. Slow. Walala in an instant, the Morning Boss's body emitted tens of thousands of gray light rays. They seemed to contain the mysterious power of hell, mysterious and fast. In an instant, the 6 Undying Lords were surrounded by the gray light rays. What's going on? My body, my movements have become slow, I can't move. What's going on? The 6 Undying Lords were stunned. They felt that after their body was hit by the light rays, their entire body seemed to be locked down. Their movements were incomparably slow like dying demons. They probably couldn't even take a single step in a second. They even felt their thinking speed slowing down, needing a long time to think of a single sentence. Immediately, they panicked. One had to know that in a battle between immortals, even if there was a difference of 0.01 seconds, a single moment of mistake could result in death. Not to mention a single second of delay, it was basically a fatal danger. The slow ability is a consummate skill. Xia Ping was very satisfied. When the slow light appeared, normal enemies couldn't escape the Morning Boss's pursuit. They could only watch helplessly as they were killed. As expected of the Hell's Prison Guard's weapon. It was a powerful treasure created purely for the purpose of capturing Hell's criminals. As long as it was used properly, it would be a godly skill. Break now. Sea Shark Lord roared. It was extremely terrified, burning its soul power, completely activating the power within its body, increasing its strength by several times in a short period of time. With a dong, it actually broke free of the slow ability and fled into the distance. Huh? Xia Ping raised his eyebrows. It seemed that he had not used the Morning Boss's ability well enough. It was not strong enough, and the range was too far, which led to the weakening of the deceleration ability. That was why the Sea Shark Overlord broke free and obtained a chance to escape. When the other Undying Lords saw this, they followed suit, igniting their blood and souls, going all out, instantly shaking off the slowing ability. Even if this move would damage their source, if they didn't use it now, they wouldn't have the chance to use it in the future. It was better to live than to die. Looks like one of them is going to get away. Xia Ping narrowed his eyes. 6 immortal rank overlords were fleeing at the same time. No matter how powerful he was, he could only capture 3 of them. He would not be able to capture the remaining 3. After all, he was too busy. It was hard for him to chase after an undying lord. "Brother, let me help you." At this moment, Gaia's voice was heard. She seemed to have woken up at some point and noticed Xia Ping's dilemma. Hence, she immediately came out of the Mountain River Pearl space and faced the 6 immortal rank demons. Rumble in an instant, Gaia stood in the void and lightly clapped her hands. With a boom, a world projection descended, seemingly colliding with the entire flaming hell, enveloping a radius of a few dozen light years. This was Gaia's projection. This G-power was like a domain, suppressing the universe, condensing the sun and moon, tilting the sky and earth. The power it contained was like a collision between worlds, shocking the entire universe. Moreover, with such a wide range, no matter how fast these immortal rank demons were, they could not escape. It seems to have gotten stronger. Xia Ping raised his eyebrows. He could clearly sense that this G-power was learned by Gaia when she was in hibernation. This power was many times stronger than when she just reached immortal rank. Clearly, little Dumbo had completely grasped the immortal rank's power and could unleash terrifying destructive power. Damn, this is too much. Why did another immortal rank demon appear? Could it be the burning demon's helper? This G-power is too strong, too much. Even a peak immortal rank demon is only SS. Such a powerful demon actually did not attack just now and has been hiding until now. Shameless to the extreme. He did not attack just now and actually attacked now. He was clearly planning to ambush us. That bastard must have planned this. I can tell. That bastard purposely used himself as bait to lure us into attacking. I guess I'm also a cunning demon. I didn't expect to be tricked by this burning demon. I've been hunting geese all day, but I still got pecked in the eye by the burning demon. I don't fuck. Sea Shark Lord and the other demons shrieked. They could sense how terrifying this Gaia projection was. It simply surpassed everything and reached the domain level. They could not escape. It was as if the world was crashing into them. Rumble, in just one strike, the 6 immortal rank demons were hit by the Gaia projection. They were wrapped up like rice dumplings and all their power was completely sealed. In the next second, Gaia waved her hand and the 6 immortal rank demons disappeared. Where's that demon lord? Xia Ping asked curiously. Big brother, I've already imprisoned them in Gaia cage and suppressed them temporarily. Gaia indicated that she could not kill the immortal rank demons for the time being. If she improved further and comprehended a stronger power of law, then killing immortal rank demons would not be a problem. However, she was still a distance away from that now. In fact, if Xia Ping did not borrow the power of powerful artifacts like Hell Spear and Reincarnation Brush, he would not be able to kill the immortal rank existences. Imprisoned in Gaia space? Aren't you afraid that they will cause trouble? Xia Ping asked. He was a little worried that these immortal rank demons would wreak havoc in Gaia space and harm Gaia's source. Don't worry. As long as these immortal rank demons do not have power 10 times stronger than me, they will not be able to escape from Gaia Cage. Gaia Cage was a rather terrifying power. It was a spatial talent deep within her source. Once the enemy was imprisoned inside, they would not be able to escape. 10 times stronger. Hearing this, Xia Ping was relieved. Even if these immortal rank demons could overturn the heavens, they could not be stronger than Gaia, let alone 10 times stronger. Chapter 2095. Where's Sea Shark Overlord? Where did the other immortal overlords go? Damned burning devil, what did you do? Ak Overlord, who was wrapped like a rice dumpling, also noticed this scene. It was completely dumbfounded. It had no idea what had just happened. It only felt that Sea Shark Overlord and the other immortal overlords disappeared from this world in an instant, as if they had been erased from this world. Such a strange occurrence made it terrified. It could not understand what had just happened. Then you don't need to care. Xia Ping thrust his spear towards Rock Overlord's head. No, stop, you damned burning devil, stop immediately. I still have treasures in the castle, unparalleled treasures. Spare me, I can give all of them to you, I can give them all to you. Rock Overlord shouted in fear. It tried to take out all of its treasures in exchange for its life. Don't. In the next second, its voice stopped abruptly. Its rock head was immediately pierced by the hell spear. Terrifying hell power exploded in the depths of its soul, instantly blasting its soul into pieces. Rock Overlord, dead. Walala, when Rock Overlord died, the reincarnation brush trembled. It furiously devoured the boundless soul energy obtained from Rock Overlord's body and took it for itself. The soul energy turned into gray mist and rapidly surged into the depths of the reincarnation brush, quickly filling up the entire space. Walala Xia Ping's consciousness seeped into the reincarnation brush. After obtaining the souls of the 3 immortal overlords, the reincarnation brush's internal space was filled with soul energy, turning into a boundless ocean. Dong dong dong. The soul ocean continuously slammed against the first layer of seal and the first bronze gate. Loud banging sounds could be heard every time it collided with the gate. After an unknown amount of time, after such an intense beating, a crack finally appeared on the bronze gate. With a cracking sound, a spider-like crack appeared on the gate. Even the chains that sealed the bronze gate had suffered a heavy blow and were breaking apart. Boom! In the end, the bronze gate could no longer endure and collapsed. Even the chains were completely shattered. An unfathomable power surged out from the depths of the bronze gate. It's gone. Xia Ping's eyes lit up. He immediately knew that the reincarnation brush had lifted the first layer of the seal. A majestic and profound energy gushed out from the depths of the reincarnation brush and poured into the depths of his mind. At this moment, his soul and the spirit of the reincarnation brush weaved together as if they were fusing together. Countless hellish runes emerged and formed a supreme scripture. He also knew the ability that the reincarnation pen had obtained after breaking the first seal, Soul Hook. This ability was no longer a temporary X, but a permanent X. The tip of the reincarnation pen flickered with a cold, indestructible black light. It seemed that every strand of black hair was a peerless sword that could tear the void apart. Crash! Xia Ping held the reincarnation brush in his hand and gently swiped at the void. Immediately, a huge void crack that spanned dozens of kilometers appeared in front of him, penetrating the space barrier of this world. The so-called space barrier was as fragile as tofu in front of the reincarnation brush. It couldn't even withstand a single blow. So powerful! Xia Ping was extremely excited. After breaking the first layer of the seal, the reincarnation brush didn't just obtain a simple ability. It had simply improved in all aspects and turned into a peerless killing weapon. In terms of attack power alone, it was more than 10 times stronger than before it was unsealed. Needless to say, its destructive power was simply unheard of. He had sacrificed so much to kill 3 immortal rank demons and break the seal on the reincarnation brush. It was still worth it. The lightning tribulation has ended? At this moment, Xia Ping raised his head. Unknowingly, the tribulation clouds in the sky had gradually dispersed. The descending 9 underworld flaming lightning had also disappeared. He blinked his eyes. He didn't even know when the lightning tribulation ended. This lightning tribulation was too weak. If the lightning tribulation had its own consciousness and knew what Xia Ping was thinking, it would definitely curse loudly. Who would know that such a terrifying monster existed in this world? Normally, a terrifying lightning tribulation like the 9 underworld flaming lightning would even cause an immortal rank demon to lose 3 layers of their skin. If they were hit by it, they would suffer a fate worse than death. Needless to say, other demons would definitely die. However, this bastard was like a dominator of flames. He had a natural resistance to flames. Any flame power that landed on this kid was useless. All the 9 underworld flaming lightning that landed on Xia Ping's body was rapidly devoured by him and transformed into a huge amount of energy, causing the hell golden crow cells in his tea to awaken rapidly. Hence, the tribulation clouds dissipated reluctantly. After all, it knew that it couldn't do anything to Xia Ping. Moreover, it had used up all the tribulation power after striking 108 layers of lightning tribulation. It couldn't condense any more in a short period of time. It seems like a lot of the hell golden crow cells in my tea have awakened. After this lightning tribulation ended, Xia Ping raised his eyebrows. He suddenly discovered that another 500 million hell golden crow cells had awakened in his tea. Currently, he had awakened a total of 1.5 billion hell golden crow cells. The 1.5 billion particles in the depths of his tea were breathing and trembling, devouring and nibbling away, causing a phenomenon in the world. An unprecedented tyrannical power gushed out from Xia Ping's tea. It was as if the power of 1.5 billion small hell golden crows was surging, chirping, soaring, and swallowing the world's qi. It seemed as if he could create a storm that could engulf the entire planet with just one breath. One look from him could create thousands of volcanoes and turn a small world into an endless sea of fire. Every move from him could break through the void, shake the universe, and shake the world. Rumble, this tyrannical aura spread out from Xia Ping's tea. With his tea as the center, it was like a tidal wave, sweeping in all directions in waves. The area within a radius of tens of billions of kilometers was enveloped by such an aura. Rumbling sounds rang out, and every inch of land, every mountain, and even every inch of space was trembling. The ground trembled, and countless cracks appeared. Some tall mountains directly collapsed and turned into dust. Whoosh, crazy winds howled, engulfing the world, creating thousands of hurricanes that continuously spun. All of the demons and ghosts within this range shivered in fear, feeling the aura of doomsday. It was as if an unsurpassed god of the underworld had descended. This was simply the noblest, purest power of hell, surpassing everything. Even the power of the 9 great undying overlords couldn't compare at all. In terms of intrinsic quality, they were who knew how many times stronger. Chapter 2096. In the distance, countless demons also saw this scene. Especially when they saw the 9 immortal rank lords fall, they were all scared half to death, shivering and panicking. 1 second to remember, it's a wonderful, free reading without pop-up window. Oh my god, this burning demon is too terrifying. How could this happen? Rock Overlord, Swamp Overlord, Ocean Shark Overlord, they're all dead, killed by this burning demon. It's so strong it makes people's hair stand up. This has never happened in flaming hell. Now that the 9 immortal rank lords are dead, what should we do? Many demons glanced at each other. They never thought something like this would happen. 9 immortal rank lords being killed at the same time, that was like a fairy tale. But now, such a ridiculous thing really happened in front of them, and they saw it happen with their own eyes. There was no way to fake it. In truth, they were all subordinates of the 9 immortal rank lords, and were commanded by them. It was also because of the immortal rank lord suppression that all demons were willing to listen to them. If the immortal rank lords died, it was like a group of dragons without a leader. The entire flaming hell would be in chaos, warlords would rise, unprecedented chaos would occur. Just as they didn't know what to do, Xia Ping's body suddenly emitted a terrifying aura that swept through the 9 heavens and 10 lands. Especially when they felt the pure infernal golden crow bloodline aura deep within Xia Ping's body. That was practically hell's most ancient, most primitive, most powerful underworld god power. To demons and demons who only had low-level infernal bloodline, this was an overwhelming advantage. This was the difference in life essence. Like a low-level life form facing a high-level life form, they couldn't resist at all. This G bloodline aura triggered the bloodline within their T bodies, making them tremble in fear. No matter how strong they were, they immediately prostrated on the ground. So that's how it is. Since the 9 immortal rank lords are dead, then the one who killed them will naturally be the new lord, the new master of flaming hell. That's to be expected. To be able to kill the 9 immortal rank lords, of course he has the right to become the true master of Flaming Hell. This will be the first time the entire Flaming Hell has been unified. Unbelievable! Such a dense infernal bloodline must have been inherited from the highest level of demons. Who knows how much more powerful and noble they are compared to the previous overlords. Burning demon, no, that's not right, it should be burning overlord. I am willing to serve you, to be your dog, to fight for you, to go through water and tread on fire, to die for you. Burning overlord, we are willing to serve you. If she was not controlled, the entire universe would be engulfed. All right, you shall rule over these demons. Xia Ping nodded and agreed to Luna's request. Hearing this, Luna immediately flew into the air and looked down at the demons on the ground expressionlessly. Listen up, I'm Master's #1 General, Luna. From now on, you'll have to listen to me. Anyone who disobeys will die. A terrifying black aura emanated from her body. It seemed to have dyed the entire hell black. It was so dense that it could not be dispersed. Even the sins in the depths of hell could not compare to it. Yes. The demons were so frightened that they prostrated themselves again. They were different from humans. Their strength did not depend on their T-shape. Sometimes, the smaller the T-shape, the more terrifying they were in the hell plane. The little girl in front of them looked like a human. However, the evil power contained within her T-shape was simply unimaginable. She was simply the most evil, most savage, and most terrifying existence. It was as if they dared to disobey, they would immediately be devoured and turned into a pile of fertilizer. Their instincts as T-shapes were warning them not to disobey the little girl in front of them. Otherwise, they would definitely die. This was an instinctive fear that came from their genes. All right, let's go. Expedition F Flaming Hell. Luna seemed to be a little excited. She completely treated this as a war game. Walala. Chapter 2097. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Not long after, Luna left with the demons, beginning her conquest of Fiery Hell. It probably wouldn't be long before the entire Fiery Hell would be under her rule. Xia Ping didn't care about this. He reached out and grabbed the corpses of the Rock Overlord, Swamp Overlord, and Nether Ghost Overlord. He felt that even though these undying overlords were dead, their remaining flesh and blood energy would definitely be of great benefit. He couldn't let it go to waste like this. Of course, these undying demons had been corroded by Hell's energy. He needed to take care of it. If ordinary people dared to touch them, they would be corroded by Hell's energy and become Hell creatures. Suddenly, the depths of Xia Ping's consciousness trembled. He felt the world tree inside him tremble. It swayed gently and released waves of green light. What's going on? He hadn't expected the world tree to move at this time. It seemed to have sensed something beneficial to it. In the next second, one green root after another extended out of the void, landed on the 3 undying demon overlord corpses, and seeped into them. Whoosh, the world tree trembled and produced a devouring power. The 3 undying demon overlord corpses withered at a speed visible to the naked eye. The roots wriggled like water pipes, and a huge amount of flesh and blood essence was quickly transferred into the world tree's body. After absorbing the undying substance, the world tree seemed to have obtained a perfect supplement. Its entire body grew, growing to 100 meters tall. Each root and branch was much thicker than before. Xia Ping's heart jumped. If that was all, it wouldn't be a big deal. But after devouring the undying demon overlord's flesh and blood essence, the world tree actually underwent a huge transformation. He personally saw the huge amount of flesh and blood energy wriggling along with the roots. Then, the world tree's leaves began to bloom and bear fruit. It didn't seem to take much time at all. The process was directly shortened. 3 golden fruits appeared on the world tree's branches just like that. There were strange patterns on its surface. It looked like a golden pill, but it didn't have any magic power. It just contained a boundless amount of pure life energy. However, there was a core in the depths of this fruit. It was a golden seed. This golden seed also emitted a boundless life force. producing a rhythm of life and emitting waves of immortal aura. Clearly, this was the immortal true spirit that only immortal rank creatures could condense. It's the immortal fruit. Xia Ping's body trembled. He never expected the world tree to have such an ability. It could absorb energy from the flesh of immortal rank creatures and bear fruits on the tree. Not only did this undying fruit contain a huge amount of life energy that could increase one's magic power and cultivation by at least 10 million years, but it also contained the undying true spirit of an undying being. If an ordinary lightning tribulation realm cultivator consumed an immortal fruit, they would have a 30% higher chance of breaking through to the sempiternal realm. If he consumed 4 pills, he would have a 100% chance of advancing. Unbelievable! Xia Ping couldn't help but widen his eyes. If the news of the undying fruit were to spread out, it would definitely shock the entire universe. Countless people would come to snatch it. Having a 100% chance of becoming an immortal sage was the dream of countless cultivators. This was the ability of the world tree. It had the effect of turning something rotten into something magical. However, to Xia Ping, these undying fruits weren't of much use. His accumulation was too deep. A few undying fruits couldn't provide him with much help. Moreover, the birth of an undying fruit wasn't that simple. He had to kill an immortal rank demon to produce an undying fruit. It seemed like the world tree couldn't produce undying fruits by absorbing other creatures. It could only produce such an effect by killing hell demons, abyssal demons, and other darkness creatures. It was likely that the energy within these darkness creatures, hell power and abyssal power, were greatly beneficial to the world tree. Other races wouldn't have such an effect. Right? It seems like Dumbo has imprisoned 6 other immortal rank demons. I wonder what would happen if I devour all of them and turn them into undying fruits? With a thought, Xia Ping's figure flickered. He communicated with the Gaia origin and immediately entered the Gaia space. In the next second, he appeared in a space of nothingness. There seemed to be a huge, planet-like, invisible space cage near Gaia's origin. At this moment, the 6 immortal rank demons looked like they had lost their parents. No matter how they struggled, they couldn't move the spatial cage at all. Clearly, they had been completely imprisoned. At this moment, the 6 immortal rank demons also saw Xia Ping approaching and became agitated. "Burning devil, let us go. Let us go immediately. As long as you let me go, all of my treasures will belong to you. I've accumulated so many treasures over countless years that you can't even begin to imagine. Even my army and my castle will belong to you. Let us go this time. We definitely won't go against you again." The 6 immortal rank demons begged for mercy. They knew that they were no match for the burning devil. If they didn't beg for mercy, only death awaited them. No need. Just obediently become fertilizer for the world tree. With a thought from Xia Ping, the world tree's roots immediately split into 6 and penetrated the invisible spatial cage. They pierced through the space and directly penetrated the bodies of the 6 immortal rank demons. Hualalan, in an instant, the 6 immortal rank demons let out miserable cries. Their life essence was all devoured by the world tree. The roots squirmed like water pipes and made gurgling sounds. Instantly, their intelligence seemed to have been erased. They were completely turned into idiots. They couldn't even let out a cry. Xia Ping raised his brows. He realized that this time, the world tree didn't seem to be in a hurry to devour the life energy of these immortal rank demons. Instead, it was slowly devouring them. As the life essence of these immortal rank demons disappeared, their immortal abilities were activated. They swallowed the void energy and recovered to their peak state. Then, the world tree would devour them again and the immortal rank demons would recover again. Clearly, the world tree had completely treated these 6 immortal rank demons as fertilizer that could continuously regenerate. Although this caused the growth of immortal fruits to slow down by more than 100 times, it could continuously obtain immortal fruits. As expected, the world tree isn't just a holy tree. It's also a demonic tree. Chapter 2098. After dealing with the 6 immortal fiendish demons, Xia Ping once again returned to Inferno Hell. Next, I have to deal with the 9 spatial passageways that connect to the Azure Sun's secret dimension. Xia Ping narrowed his eyes. He was no longer worried about demons entering the Azure Sun's secret dimension through the spatial passageway. Instead, he was worried that the spatial passageway would collapse, causing the path to Hell World to disappear. If that really happened, he probably wouldn't know how to enter Hell World. Black Hole Worm. Thinking of this, Xia Ping waved his hand and immediately summoned the Black Hole Worm Elders in the Mountain River Pearl. At this moment, the Black Hole Worm Elders seemed to be even more powerful than before. They contained profound spatial laws, as if they could fuse with space at any time and easily escape. Moreover, the many black hole worm eggs he had previously obtained had also hatched into black hole larvae. They had also grown tremendously, and their strength had increased by leaps and bounds. In time, those black hole worm larvae would definitely be of great use. Looks like your strength has improved. Xia Ping nodded. It's all thanks to Master. The Black Hole Worm Grand Elder said gratefully. This was not flattery, but the truth. Ever since Chong Xiaoqian had obtained a large amount of cosmic origin energy, her strength had increased by leaps and bounds. This had also led to countless benefits for the other black hole worms. In fact, the entire black hole worm race was basically a single entity. As long as the king became stronger, every black hole worm soldier would become stronger, and their fertility would increase, giving birth to more black hole worms. It was precisely because the black hole worm king had such a special ability that the solitary black hole worms were incomparably loved and respected. They were even willing to go through fire and water for their king. It could be said that the king was the core of their race, an indispensable existence. Every birth of a king was an opportunity for the black hole worm race to rise. Very well, I called you all here because I need your help with something. Xia Ping said straightforwardly, this hell world has 9 spatial passageways that can connect to the Azure Sun's secret dimension. However, these 9 spatial passageways are naturally formed and not very stable. I need you all to use your innate abilities to strengthen these 9 spatial passageways so that they won't be destroyed by spatial storms. Furthermore, you all need to set up restrictive arrays on these spatial passageways. Without my permission, no life form can casually enter or exit these passageways. He wanted to take complete control of all 9 spatial passages. By the way, in addition to reinforcing these 9 space passages, you also need to dig a space passage that connects directly to the star region where planet Yanhuang is located, connecting the Qingyang's secret realm and planet Yanhuang. At this point, Xia Ping made another request. After all, every time he went to the Qingyang mystic realm, he did not want to come to the southern universe. It was too time-consuming. If he was connected to the Yanhuang planet, he could enter the hell world at any time. Master, this is just a small matter, just leave it to us. The Black Hole Worm Elder was brimming with confidence. Excavating and reinforcing spatial passages was the Black Hole Worm's forte. Not to mention, they also had the king's power, which made them much stronger than before. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. With that, the Black Hole Worm Elders immediately set off. As for Xia Ping, he remained where he was and went into secluded meditation. Because he had just transcended the heavenly tribulation, his magic power had skyrocketed. He needed some time to stabilize his cultivation base. Meanwhile, on the other side, Luna was leading the demon army to sweep through the territories of the 9 Undying Lords. Their first step was to Rock City. Because Xia Ping's heavenly tribulation was closest to Rock City, they naturally started attacking from the closest location. Rock City's demons? The Rock Overlord is already dead. Hurry up and surrender. Otherwise, we will bathe Rock City in blood today. Not a single one of you will be spared. A leader of the fiendish demons shouted, trying to persuade the fiendish demons to surrender. Rock Lord is dead. Hearing this, the demons of Rock City were shocked. They couldn't believe their ears. That was an undying rank demon lord. How could it just die like that? Because after so many years, after countless battles, countless demons had died, but the undying rank demons never died. At most, they would escape from flaming hell and head to other planes. However, now that Rock Lord was dead, This indeed shocked many demons. Because the death of the 9 undying lords was too short. Flaming hell was vast and boundless. Without a communication tool like the Universe Virtual Network, there was no way to instantly spread the news to every corner of flaming hell. Hence, it was natural that they didn't know about the death of the 9 undying lords. Everyone, don't listen to this demon's words. Rock Lord is a great existence, how could he die? You think you can make us surrender just by saying a few words? You must be dreaming. Immediately, a Rock City commander shouted. He didn't believe the words of these demons. If an immortal rank fiendish demon appeared here, it would immediately surrender without a second thought. However, the fiendish demons that appeared here were at most of the same rank as it. If such a force could make Rock City surrender, then Rock City would have been destroyed many times over. Damn it! Many of the fiendish demon leaders cursed. They knew that they could not intimidate so many fiendish demons in Rock City with their strength alone. However, this was the first mission given to them by their lord, they couldn't mess it up now. Since you don't want to surrender, then die. At this moment, Luna made her move. She was expressionless and unmoved. To her, she didn't have any thoughts of killing. Other than Xia Ping, the others were just bugs, food. If they dared to disobey her, they would all die. Rumble, the moment she finished speaking, a black storm surged out from Luna's body. It was so dense that it couldn't be dispersed. It emitted evil, devouring, corrosive, dark aura, as if it was an extremely evil existence. Buzz buzz, every strand of black air seemed to transform into a flying black bug, containing mysterious runes. They flapped their wings, over 100 million of them charged towards Rock City. This was the bloodline sacred ability of the corpse beasts. Locust Storm. Walala, this black storm crushed over, blotting out the sky and covering the earth, enveloping the entire Rock City. There was no fighting, no struggling, no screaming, nothing at all. Everything was close to nothingness. In the next second, Rock City disappeared just like that, erased from this land. Those demons that stayed in Rock City, regardless of their strength, all disappeared. Not even a drop of blood or a bone was left. They disappeared from this world just like that. When the demon chieftains saw this, their hair stood on end and their bodies trembled. They could clearly see countless black insects appearing in the storm. It was these black insects that had devoured the entire Rock City cleanly, leaving nothing behind. Nothing could stop these black insects from devouring and tearing at the city. They rejoiced that they didn't disrespect this lord. Otherwise, they would have died for sure. Go to the next city. Kill anyone who resists. Luna was expressionless as she gave the order. After devouring all the demons in Rock City, her aura had also increased by a notch. Yes. Chapter 2099. A month later, Luna's army swept through the entire flaming hell. The demons in the 9 cities of the flaming hell resisted at first, not believing that their overlord had been killed. But after Luna easily slaughtered a few cities and devoured countless demons, all the demons were scared out of their wits. They no longer dared to resist. When they heard that Luna's army had arrived, without needing Luna to say anything, all the demons surrendered and submitted to the burning overlord. Anyway, for these demons, betrayal was nothing out of the ordinary. Moreover, it was not shameful to submit to a demon that was stronger than them. At this point, the entire flaming hell was completely unified. All the demons and nether ghosts were under Xia Ping's rule. Luna's notoriety also spread throughout the flaming hell. In order to announce that Xia Ping was the ruler of the entire flaming hell, Corinne took out many nano-engineered robots and spent 3 days building a huge city that spanned 300,000 kilometers in a flaming plain at the center of the flaming hell. It became the resting place of many demons. The ordinary demons of the infernal realm had never seen such miraculous human technology before. In just 3 days, they had built such a majestic city. They were all incredibly shocked, and they became even more loyal to the burning overlord. On this day, Xia Ping became the burning overlord and the ruler of the flaming hell. The ceremony would be held in the square of Burning City, allowing countless demons to bathe in the glory of the burning overlord. Of course, this month, Xia Ping was not resting. Instead, he was cultivating hard and consolidating his skyrocketing cultivation. After a month of bitter cultivation, he raised his magic power to the peak of the middle stage of the Thunder Tribulation realm. His primordial spirit advanced a great distance in the sea of bitterness. He was just one step away from breaking through to the late stage of the Thunder Tribulation realm. At the same time, Xia Ping awakened 100 million golden crow cells in his body. The total number of awakened cells in his body reached 1.6 billion. His power became even more terrifying. It was noon. On a high platform in the square, Xia Ping sat on a huge dark golden throne. Only Luna stood beside him. Below the platform, many demons, and nether ghosts appeared. There were all kinds of strange and extremely ferocious races. Their commander-level cultivation had basically reached the peak of the Thunder Tribulation realm. At a glance, there were more than 30 million Thunder Tribulation realm fiendish demons. As for the weaker demon soldiers, there was no need to mention them. There were more than 100 billion of them, and they were the elites of the elites. If such a large number of demons appeared in the real world, it would probably cause a small-scale demon disaster. At the very least, a few Saint-class sects would be destroyed. Not to mention, this was just a minor world in the infernal realm, a plane that was like the eternal sands of the universe. He really couldn't imagine what the higher levels of hell would be like. If the demons from the infernal world of the primordial era had invaded the real universe instead of the demons from the abyss, the result would have been completely different. The other races would not have been able to survive. But no matter what, Xia Ping had unknowingly become a lord with a huge force. Boom, Xia Ping unrestrainedly released his powerful aura, displaying the demeanor of the golden crow of hell. The blood in his body ignited, shining with eternal light like the sun. In the hell world, keeping a low profile wasn't a virtue but a weakness. Only by thoroughly displaying one's strength could one gain the respect of other demons. Bang, bang, bang. Feeling this aura, the demons were so frightened that they prostrated themselves. They felt that if a single drop of such heat fell, it would be enough to burn them to ashes. Heavens, the Lord is really too powerful. With such an aura, even the commanders can't raise their heads. Of course, the Burning Lord is a terrifying existence that killed the Rock Lord, the Swamp Lord, the Sea Shark Lord, and the other 9 lords. It's only natural that he has such power. Indeed, to be able to work for such a powerful lord is really a blessing of 3 lifetimes. Who knows, we might even have the chance to conquer other infernal realms, obtain endless battle merits, and keep evolving. Burn, burn, burn. The demons were all extremely excited. Feeling such a powerful aura, not only did they not feel afraid, but they also felt excited. They felt like they were following a powerful lord. This was an incomparably honorable thing to do. At this moment, they all roared angrily. Waves of air surged and swept through the entire burning city. Kiki, what a joke. It's just a rural place, but they actually want to imitate others and become a lord? This is like a monkey trying to learn how to walk. What a joke. At this moment, a voice rang out. Although it sounded very soft, it was clearly transmitted to the ears of all the demons. Moreover, it was illusory. None of the demons knew where the voice came from. What? Hearing this voice, the demons were instantly enraged. This was the Lord's coronation ceremony. It was incomparably grand and dignified. This was an extremely important matter. But now, there was actually a demon who dared to mock the Lord in such an important occasion. This kind of courage was simply boundless. Could it be that the demons who dared to resist earlier had not all been killed? They sensed their surroundings and searched for auras, trying to find the demon who had just spoken. After all, they were now the Burning Lord's subordinates. Insulting the Burning Lord was the same as insulting them. This kind of humiliation was absolutely intolerable. But after searching for a while, they still couldn't find the owner of the voice or where he had appeared. The owner of the voice seemed to know that the demons were looking for him. He became even more smug. It's useless. Do you think you weak demons can find my whereabouts? That's a fool's dream. Even if I whisper in your ears, you definitely won't be able to find where I am. Burning Devil, I advise you to surrender immediately and hand over the essence of this hell plane. I'm a mighty existence that you can't hope to reach. If you anger me, your good days will come to an end. You'll die a horrible death. He laughed sinisterly and loudly, as if he didn't care about the demons searching for him at all. It was as if he didn't exist in this world. Soul Search. A dark ghost commander roared angrily. He activated his divine ability, and it spread out like a sonic wave to every corner of the plaza, trying to search for the soul ripples of every living being nearby. Chapter 2100. The Nether Ghost Commander's face paled, and he seemed a bit weak. He had used up a lot of energy, but he hadn't found anything useful. He felt very ashamed. Kiki, a puny nether ghost wants to find my whereabouts? Stop joking. The voice continued to provoke him. Burning Devil, I'm not joking with you. I'm giving you an ultimatum. If you really anger me, all the demons here will die. I'll only give you one chance. I hope you'll cherish it. Luna was very angry and wanted to attack. But Xia Ping waved his hand, stopping Luna. He said, You cowardly scoundrel, how dare you boast so shamelessly? Do you think you can act so arrogantly in front of me just because you have some concealment abilities? To tell you the truth, your abilities are as laughable as a clown's in my eyes. This was the Burning Lord's coronation ceremony, an important event that would establish his unparalleled position in the fiery hell. Now, there were demons that dared to appear here and cause trouble. This was clearly a slap to his face and an attempt to anger him. Once he was infuriated, he wouldn't rest until the world was turned upside down and rivers of blood flowed. Boom! Xia Ping stood up from his throne, and his golden hell crow eyes opened. His pupils contained countless golden hell crow runes, and they immediately shot out tens of thousands of beams of dark golden light. The dark golden light was like a giant net that permeated the void, covering a radius of 10 billion kilometers. It covered every corner of the void, big and small. Boom! Countless demons in the square came into contact with the dark golden light. Their hair stood on end, and they trembled. They found that they were being seen clearly by this gaze. His meridians, his internal organs, his dantian, his sea of energy, and the magical symbols that circulated in the depths of his body were all exposed. Not a single drop was left. It was as if they had no secrets in front of this gaze. All the demons and ghosts were incomparably shocked. They had thought that they had overestimated their lord, but it turned out that they had still underestimated him. Just a glance from him was enough to make them expose all their secrets. It was like a god looking at mortals. This gaze contained terrifying fire power and destructive power. As long as the Lord willed it, he could immediately ignite their bloodlines and turn them into torches. Some powerful demons instinctively tried to resist this power, but it was useless. It was like the eyes of a god, looking down from above. Nothing could escape. No matter how the mortals struggled, it was useless. Crash! In a single breath's time, the infernal golden crow's eye had already scanned the space within a radius of tens of billions of kilometers. Every inch of space was enveloped by the gaze, and it was all-pervasive. However, the voice was still very arrogant. Hee, you actually know an eye technique. I didn't think that a small place like this would have such a divine ability. However, such a method is useless against me. I'm hidden in the depths of the dimensional space, invisible and traceless. I'm not something you can find by burning your mana. Give up, you're just wasting your energy. Found you. You cowardly scoundrel, come out. Right at this moment, Xia Ping sensed something and brazenly attacked. In the blink of an eye, his left eye slowly rotated and shot out a black ray of death that contained terrifying destructive power. It was incomparably fast as it blasted towards a certain location in the space above. Bang! The black ray of light immediately disappeared into the space. Suddenly, there was a shrill scream in the air. A figure fell out from the depths of the dimensional space just like that. There was a bloody hole in its chest, and blood was dripping out. It was extremely miserable. It was a black shadow without any shape. Deep inside the shadow, there were hundreds of eyes. Each eye contained different emotions: anger, humiliation, hatred, and disbelief. Oh my God, that's a dark space demon, a terrifying demon that lives in the depths of the space. Isn't it extinct in the fiery hell? Why is it here? It's a demon from a high-level world of hell. It's not something that a world of hell like ours can give birth to. Could it be from a high-level world of hell? Many demons and ghosts immediately exclaimed. They immediately recognized the demon's true identity. Impossible. I'm a dark space demon, a master of spatial divine ability, invisible and traceless. I hide in the depths of the dimensional space and live in the cracks of space. How did you find me? And even if you found me, how did you hit me? The dark space demon was crazy. It could not believe its eyes. Because with its abilities, even a fiendish demon that was stronger than it would not be able to defeat it. In fact, it would be impossible for the fiendish demon to track it down. Moreover, it could travel through the cracks of space at any time. It could run away very quickly. Even if its enemies found it, it could easily escape to another place. Therefore it was fearless. But now, the burning demon in front of him had found his whereabouts and even injured him, knocking him out of the space crack. To the dark space demon, this was a great humiliation. Just a little trick. You dare to be so arrogant in front of me? You still have companions, right? Call them out immediately. Otherwise, I will kill them one by one in the cracks of space, leaving none alive. Xia Ping stood with his hands behind his back. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. As soon as he finished speaking, the space twisted, creating a strong ripple. Figures of demons appeared in all directions. There were a total of 12. Including the dark space demon, there were 13 of them. Moreover, these demons were terrifyingly strong. They had reached the immortal realm. They were not any weaker than the Rock Lord, Swamp Lord, Sea Shark Lord, and other Lord-rank demons. Oh my God, what's going on? These demons are way too powerful. This is the aura of immortal. Impossible, there are only 9 immortal lords in the entire flaming hell. Moreover, they were all killed by the burning lord. How can there be 13 immortal lords now? This is too ridiculous. How on earth did this appear? What exactly has happened? They are definitely not demons from our flaming hell. They might be powerful demons from other hells. The problem is that our flaming hell is very remote and the environment is very harsh. How did they arrive here? Many of the demons were shocked to the extreme. Anyone who saw 13 immortal rank demons appearing in this place and descending together would be scared half to death. They were panicking. They felt that they were really doomed this time. Being surrounded by 13 immortal rank demons, even the strongest demon would die. Chapter 2101. Jia, burning demon, now that we've all come out, do you feel like you've shot yourself in the foot? Do you feel a little regretful? Said the dark space devil with a proud smile. With 12 immortal rank demons standing beside it, it was simply an incomparably tyrannical fighting strength, as well as a huge backing. No matter how strange the burning demon was, it was impossible for it to withstand the attack. Regret what? Useless soldiers like you will die no matter how many of you come. Do you think you can do whatever you want in flaming hell with your own strength? Xia Ping was speechless. He did not put these immortal rank demons in his eyes at all. Especially after undoing the first seal of the reincarnation brush, his power had greatly increased. Now, he had the power to kill gods and demons. These immortal rank demons were nothing to him. He was even looking forward to these immortal rank demons coming to test the sharpness of the reincarnation brush. Today was the Burning Overlord's ascension ceremony. Using the blood of these immortal rank demons as a sacrifice would be the best. Stupid burning demon. You won't shed tears until you see the yellow springs. Arrogant to the extreme. Seeing us 13 immortal rank demons, not surrendering is one thing, but you're still so arrogant. What kind of guts did you eat? Don't talk nonsense with this burning demon. Kill this guy immediately and occupy this plane of hell. You'll get great merits and countless treasures. The 13 immortal realm demons snorted coldly. They were very unhappy with Xia Ping's words. They were furious. Facing their powerful battle prowess, this fellow actually dared to be so arrogant, calling them shrimp soldiers and crab generals. How preposterous! If that's the case, there's nothing to talk about. I saw that you're quite strong, so I wanted to give you some pointers and make you my subordinate. But now, it seems that you're just a piece of trash who doesn't know what's good for you. Go die. Dark Space Demon sneered. It felt that it was already giving this demon a lot of face by saying a few more words. Unexpectedly, this guy didn't know what was good for him. Then, it couldn't be blamed. Boom, as soon as he finished speaking, the Dark Space Devil made its move. It immediately turned into a black shadow and disappeared into the empty space. It was invisible and contained an evil energy. It jumped through the space and attacked Xia Ping. This was one of its unparalleled assassination methods. It merged with the void, approached the enemy, and instantly beheaded them. It could be said that with its space god art, this kind of assassination was simply successful. Moreover, this time, it wasn't just the Dark Space Devil. The other 12 immortal rank demons in the sky had also taken action. They knew that it wouldn't be easy to kill the immortal rank demon, so they had to surround and kill it together. After all, defeating an immortal rank demon was easy, but killing it was very difficult. Dragon-like demonic claws. In the blink of an eye, an undying fiend took action. Its claws smashed over like a black dragon from hell, containing endless darkness power and destructive power. The claw was densely engraved with the characters of hell. It wriggled like an earthworm, as if it contained vitality and was filled with the filth of hell. Even a demon with an immortal rank body would be heavily injured if they were hit by this claw. The filth of hell could even contaminate the immortal body, preventing the body from continuously regenerating. Burning demon, surrender. You aren't our match. Fighting against us will only result in death. A shadow fiend roared. This voice contained a special power, like a bewitching voice. It was like maggots attached to bones, containing a terrifying curse power. Deep in the void as it spoke, the sound waves actually turned into hell's characters, condensing into substance and piercing towards Xia Ping's brain. It contained an unfathomable killing intent. This was a sound curse god art. Once the enemy wavered in the slightest, the curse power would corrode the enemy's soul and they would never be able to get rid of it. Even if the soul was hit, it would weaken and slowly die. Die, burning demon. I will smash you into minced meat. Another immortal rank demon charged over, wielding a crimson hammer. It seemed to be several times more ferocious than the rock overlord. Every inch of its muscles was filled with explosive power. Its hammer smashed over, forming a dense array of hell scriptures. It was like a huge mountain pressing down, smashing everything under the hammer into pieces. Not so long ago, when it smashed down, the surrounding mountains and rivers would shatter, a planet would explode, and this region would become a vacuum zone, a land of death. The other immortal rank demons also attacked. Wave after wave of terrifying killing intent spread out, covering the sky and earth, shaking mountains and rivers. They spread out in all directions, not giving Xia Ping any chance to escape. It's over, Lord is done for. Many demons and nether ghosts trembled. They could feel the terrifying power. Even their previous lords weren't a match for them. Each wave was far stronger than the previous lords. And now, 13 such powerful demons had appeared, attacking the burning lord at the same time. This was simply like the descent of the nether gods, bringing the burning lord back to the Yellow Springs. Curtain of darkness. But before Xia Ping could do anything, Luna did. She stood in front of Xia Ping, her small body radiating an unshakable dark aura. Rumble. Suddenly, strands of dark energy surged out of Luna. This was an aura of sin, so dense that it couldn't be dispersed. It instantly enveloped her body. With her body as the center, it rapidly expanded, instantly enveloping the entire high platform. Like a black hole, It devoured everything cleanly, leaving no blind spots. Bang bang bang. At this moment, the 13 immortal rank demons' divine abilities struck the curtain of darkness at the same time. What? The 13 immortal rank demons were shocked, because they found that when their power struck the curtain of darkness, it was like falling into a swamp. All their power was devoured. Even the darkness demons' attempt to enter the curtain of darkness was bounced back. It was as if the curtain of darkness could even isolate space. Whoosh, Luna waved her hand, dispelling the curtain of darkness. The platform was still intact, all the power had been devoured by her. Impossible, your aura hasn't reached the immortal rank, yet you can stop us. Just what race are you? Why do you have such power? You're tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.